This is the Buzz Adams Morning Show podcast. Barstool Talk Daily. Except it's really early in the morning and no booze. For the most part.
The Q 95.5.
Good morning and welcome to the Buzz Adams Morning Show, everybody. Back on the air, there was some Iron Maiden for you. Here on the last day of July Iron Maiden, we've been giving away prizes, collectibles, stuff from Iron Maiden, Bruce Dickinson. We only have one more day, so we're going to get in. We're going to get in our Iron Maiden while we still can here on the final day of July Iron Maiden. I want to tell you what's coming up starting tomorrow. It's August, and we have a lot of great giveaways. I'll tell you about those in just a second. Good morning, intern Alberto.
Good morning, Buzz. How are you?
Does it bother you that you're called intern Alberto?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay. All right. That's just like a tradition that got started.
Yeah. And it stuck around.
Yeah, it's stuck around. That's
Forever.
right. Mm-hmm. And some of the people that used to be our interns still get recognized as intern Susie, for instance.
Forever.
KLAQ celebrates the month of August by bringing you August. We're giving away one of the best collectibles from the band Ghost that you'll ever have a chance to win. Our grand prize winner at the end of the month is going to win a signed Phantom guitar by Hagstrom in a heavy-duty Hag case, signed by Papa Emeritus himself, Tobias Forge of Ghost. So starting tomorrow, here's the way the contest is going to run. It's going to go all through the month of August. Every weekday, we're going to tell you what the Ghost song of the day is going to be during the morning show. So that's just after 7 a.m. and just after 8 a.m. Again, this all starts tomorrow. We'll tell you the Ghost song of the day. We'll tell you what hour to listen for it. I might even play a little bit of it just to jog your memory. But when you hear it, be the 31st caller into the studio, and you win a copy of the new Ghost movie soundtrack right here, right now. And you're qualified for that great autographed Phantom guitar, the super heavy-duty Hag case that it comes in, autographed by Tobias Forge of Ghost, courtesy of Concord Records. Happy August coming up tomorrow, everybody. But we're not done with July Iron Maiden quite yet, so who knows? If at any point we have to drop a song in here, Alberto,
it's going to be
make it a Maiden song here on the final day, please.
Can I Play with Madness?
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That was a good one.
While you were in the restroom.
You know what? I heard the entire thing. I was here for the entire thing. We're going to have Olympic updates coming up. Simone Biles really came through with pretty much flawless performance yesterday. I watched some of the gymnastics. I watched women's rugby.
Oh, that one's good. I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good. I can see myself getting into rugby. It's kind of like football, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a lot like football.
Yeah, it's quite a bit like football.
And then I think the fact that they don't have pads makes it a little bit kind of like a little bit safer.
Well, they might have pads. It depends on what time of the month.
That's true. They don't not all of them on at once.
We're going to have, the company's making us run this thing. So Town Square Media paid for a guy to report to us from Paris. So we got to check in with this dude. Mm-hmm. It's like 3 p.m. where he is in Paris, but we're going to have this report. It's mandated by the company. We're going to have that on the way later this morning. Tonight, it's the final free concert at the State Line restaurant. So we've been doing this all summer with the free concerts at the State Line, and we're going to wrap up the series tonight with Dusty Lowe's. So come out and enjoy some barbecue. Maybe have a drink. They have a lot of bars open outside, so you don't have to go into, you can, if you want to, go to the inside bar or the liquor store right next door. But this Wednesday, it is going to be our good friends at Dusty Low performing. Glenn's going to be the host. And this will wrap it up for the summer concert series at the State Line Restaurant tonight. Music starts later, but you can get there early. Get there at 6, get there at 6:30. Make sure you get a good spot. And music starts around 7:30. Eat some tasty barbecue. Enjoy ice-cold beverages. Win stuff. Glenn's going to have some giveaways. And enjoy the music of El Paso's Dusty Low tonight on the State Line stage. Read more about it at KLAQ.com. And then tomorrow night, we're wrapping up another summer concert series that's free. Cool Canyon Nights has its final night at McKelligan Canyon Amphitheater. Tomorrow night, join the Q at McKelligan Canyon. It's a free party, free music featuring the music of Funky Mungle. Consistently, year in, year out, El Paso's favorite party band is Funky Mungle, and they're going to be the free entertainment tomorrow night at Cool Canyon Nights. This week's Cool Canyon Nights event is brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Chill out this summer with Raising Cane's Iced Tea, the official iced tea of iced tea. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, bringing you our final Cool Canyon Nights, and that's tomorrow night. Let me get a look at El Paso weather. I'll bring this up real quick. It looks like we do have a little bit of rain in the forecast. Possible for tomorrow. We have not had a single rain out at Cool Canyon Nights, and I expect that to hold true through tomorrow and the final one. But here's a look at the golfers forecast. It's brought to you by Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. We're seeing triple digits here. The entire week is going to be 100 or above. Partly cloudy today, 100 for the high temperature. Tomorrow's going to be mostly sunny. 101 is going to be the high temperature. Friday, sunny. But Thursday, I need to mention this. So Thursday in the afternoon and evening, we're seeing a 15-20% chance of rain. So that's in there. Friday, though, it's going to be sunshine. 101 for the high temperature. Over the weekend, we don't see any rain in the forecast Saturday or Sunday, but highs right around, if not over, 100 degrees for Saturday and Sunday as well. And it is time to welcome Nico and Jimmy into the studio. Good morning.
Good morning. I wouldn't mind an actual, full remix of this.
A remix?
Or just a full thing,
You can dance to this.
I play. You gonna fire me? There's no one else here, bitch.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, nice picnic tablecloth motif shirt. That's
I knew
great.
that was the first thing you were going to say to me. I literally knew the first thing you were going to say to me is I'm wearing my checkered shirt again. Oh, Buzz is an older man who's going to repeat the same joke to me every time he sees me, because every time I wear this shirt, you make the same dumb joke
that it looks like
this is your picnic table shirt.
It looks like a shirt you'd wear.
It's a checkered red and white shirt. Yes,
Yeah.
it looks like a picnic
It looks
cloth.
like a picnic cloth.
Yeah, you say that every single
No, that's
time.
the first time that's an original joke I've never said that before.
Oh, you are so
You look
hack.
like you look like you work at Shakey's Pizza.
Now, nobody here knows what Shakey's Pizza is.
It's like Little Red Riding Hood.
Do you know what a Shakey's Pizza is, Alberto?
It's a pizza establishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pizza's establishment.
Simone Biles, as I say, almost a perfect performance.
Tore it up.
She had her leg wrapped because of a calf injury she had, but it did not stop her. She's now the most decorated woman in gymnastics history. And we'll have a recap for you. Like I say, we got this reporter we're supposed to check in with. It's a corporate thing. We're supposed to do it. Are you going to do another Hollywood report today, or was that a one-time only?
No.
So you're going to do a Hollywood report?
Yeah.
Would it be a fool's errand for me to ask you what's coming up in the Hollywood report today?
In the Hollywood report.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be a fool's errand
Okay.
at all.
What's coming up in the Hollywood report, Nico?
Well, there's going to be a lot coming up today.
All right. You could have said, yeah, you're right. I'm not ready to do it.
I'm not ready right now.
Okay.
Travis and Jason Kelce look for a $100 million podcast deal.
Nice.
$100 million. Mm-hmm. That would be way more than either one of them. I think, I don't know. I think up to this point, that's more than they've made their combined careers in football.
Yeah.
Did you hear Robert Downey Jr. is getting paid $100 million to play Dr. Doom in the next Avengers? That could be over the course of several movies.
It looks like a desperate move.
By Marvel?
By Marvel. Yeah.
Hey, look, here's a familiar face for you. It's Tony Stark,
Absolutely.
except he's Dr. Doom this time around.
Well, they canceled the Kang Dynasty.
Because of Jonathan Majors, right? Wasn't he Kang?
He was. So they canceled the Kang Dynasty arc that they were planning to go through. And just because of all the misses they've had, I think they were like, well, we need to bring him back. We need our guy.
They did not miss with Deadpool Wolverine. That set records and is probably going to continue to set records.
Good. Apparently.
And I watched it on Monday. I saw it on Monday, and I still haven't given any spoilers. But did you see somebody sent in a very helpful chart, a graphic that I could refer to? Nico, my goal is to get this blown up like wall size and put it on the wall. Somebody made the Buzz Adams spoiler guide to Marvel. Do you want to hear what they put on it?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what they say are spoilers. Plot twist. Plot points not in the trailer.
That's true.
Interesting. So if it's in the trailer, I can talk about it.
No, that's considered a spoiler.
Oh,
crap. But if it's not, if it's in the trailer, that means I can talk about it because this is only for plot points not in the trailer.
But you couldn't even speculate.
Spoilers, no cameo talk. No mentioning of deaths or returns.
Well, that doesn't make sense because on the non-spoiler it says bets on cameos.
I guess as long as I do it from an uneducated position, I can say, I bet you Storm's going to show up.
Okay. Yeah.
God, now I want to really tell you who all shows up.
Why do you want to ruin it for everybody?
I don't. I just want to say it. Make you feel good. Yeah.
Because it's going to ruin it for people.
This is also a spoiler, according to whoever. And by the way, great job on the chart. Mentioning what was different than in the comics. Also, asking Joanna to nod yes or no while asking questions about the movie. Non-spoilers. I can talk about the trailer.
Okay.
All I want. I can make bets on cameos. I would say that's probably the same as a prediction. So cameos of death.
I feel like that's even getting close to the line for you. It's like
plot theories based on previous films. They do say it's okay to give a heads up on the in-credit scene, so I could do that for you right here and right now.
Unless it's really a big one that sets up another movie.
No, I would think I would just stick with, there's a mid-credit. It's not really a scene. It's more of a montage.
Oh, okay.
So don't leave in the credits. And then there's one at the very, very end. And then when they do that last credit, it's like the employees are turning the lights on and they're already sweeping up popcorn off the floor. It's like once you get to that point, once the employees start coming in cleaning up the theater, that's when I don't know if I like that. I mean, even if I liked the movie and I liked it okay, do I really want to wait 15 minutes to see one little scene at the end when I could just go online and look up the spoiler?
The answer is yes.
I am okay to argue with Nico on the virtues of Marvel versus DC.
Well, that's easy. DC's so much better.
Listen, I know some of you parents have had kids that have taken a wrong path or, made some poor decisions, and you have to deal with the fallout, and you're just wondering, how did it get to this point? And I'm dealing with that with my youngest, who's 17. Apparently, she likes DC better than Marvel, and I am having a tough time, a really tough time.
Much better.
Coping with it.
It's much better.
I mean, has anybody else had a kid that came out as a DC fan after being a perfectly normal, well-adjusted Marvel fan for most of her life. All of a sudden, she loves Batman more than any other cartoon character.
Batman's an awesome character.
Yeah, I guess I'm just having trouble dealing with it. We're going to come back here in just a few minutes. We have today in sound clips, we've got Kamala Harris out on the campaign trail in Georgia. And I'll be honest with you right now. I was not sure that Kamala Harris was going to move the needle a whole lot. And I'm ready to rescind that because it seemed like a genuinely fired up, genuinely excited crowd. And I think I have a pretty good feel about when it's just make excitement versus genuineness. And I think this crowd last night was really super pumped up to have Kamala Harris there. I think she's got a shot at it, to tell you the truth. We've got a lot coming up on the show today, including a true crime report, Olympics updates, and a whole lot more.
The Daily Calendar.
Today, July 31st.
It is Harry Potter's birthday in the books, so raise a butterbeer. It's National Avocado Day. Side note, it's a fruit. Other side note, technically a berry.
Yeah, very delicious.
Yeah.
It's National Mutt Day. Mixed breeds rejoice. Adopt, don't shop.
And that's your Daily Calendar.
Hey, it's Daniel Paulus. I'll be along starting at 3 with everything from GNR to STP.
Use your phone in Mexico like 2 countries, 1 network. Only with AT&T. Visit att.com/one network for details.
Oh, we're back.
Buzz is back.
Hey, right on, Buzz.
Buzz in the Morning Show. 95.5 The Q.
It's the final day of the month of July Iron Maiden. And tomorrow is the first day of the month of August. And we have some great giveaways all month long. Be listening, find out more at KLAQ.com or open the KLAQ mobile app. We're going to get to today in sound clips coming up here in just a few minutes. Here's a preview of Loudwire Nights, which you can hear 7 to midnight on KLAQ every night. Special guest Gavin Rosdale of Bush. Bush is going out on tour, so Gavin Rosdale's going to be talking about that. They just had a greatest hits compilation come out. In the 8 o'clock hour, the Pearl Jam Flyaway Code Word. We're doing a contest to send a winner to go see Pearl Jam, and we're doing that with code words, so 8 o'clock hours when you're going to hear that one. We've got Mission Metallica at 10 o'clock. Also, happy birthday, M. Shadows of Avenged Sevenfold. We're going to play some Avenged Sevenfold for M. Shadows' birthday.
His name is M. Shadows?
His, professional.
Midnight Shadows.
Yeah, I think his,
Oh, I got to abbreviate the midnight.
The singer is named Sinister Gates. I could have that switched up.
Yeah.
One of them could be. No, but I definitely know that the name is M. Shadows.
That is badass.
Okay, so do you remember Jeff Dunham had a TV show? Mm-hmm. Did you ever see it? He's
little
the
bit.
Puppet guy, right? Puppets.
I know Jeff Dunham. Yeah, and I think he's funny. I just didn't know.
He had a character named Guitar Guy, and Guitar Guy would come in and just like tear it up on guitar. This guy was really good. That's M. Night Shadows.
Shyamalan.
It's M. Shadows' dad.
Oh.
Is the guitar guy.
Oh, that's cool.
From the Jeff Dunham show. So that's all going on tonight on Loudwire Nights. You know what? Let me get a couple of phone calls, and then we'll get into today in sound clips because we have a couple of different takes. Kamala Harris was at a rally in Georgia yesterday.
Hey, hi everyone. Just want to wish everybody a very, very good morning.
Very, very good morning.
But purpose for my call is I was watching big pieces of the rally. Unfortunately, I couldn't see it live, Kamala's rally last night, but I was watching clips, highlights, and all I can say is, wow, the energy, the electricity, the emotion, the excitement that I saw was very reminiscent of Obama's 2008 campaign, which was, to this day, had record turnouts as far as voters. and so forth. So, yeah, Buzz, I think you're right. I think she does have a shot. All right, guys, you guys have a good one. Thanks.
Don't get me wrong. I still think it's anybody's ball game.
You do?
As far as who's going to win the presidency?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think this has really leveled the field. I mean, I think the energy level and the excitement is ramped
you
up.
pretty much called it right after Trump got shot.
Shot I guess,
at.
yeah.
You called it. You were like, oh, he's won.
I really didn't have that kind of faith in Kamala Harris. You know, I had seen her, and it always seemed like she was kind of going through the motions, but that was in her role as vice president. You know, I always thought of her as, she's going through what Selena Myers went through on Veep. You know, kind of shut out, kind of, you know, given different tasks to do, but not really in front of the public eye very much. And the way that she's come out here in this past couple of weeks has really got me rethinking that
Did
position.
you hear the creator of Veep say that he's really he's really kind of mortified by the comparisons of Kamala Harris to Selena Myers' character.
Because Selena Myers was
she was a terrible person. Selena Myers was somebody that was all about trying to get to the presidency, no matter what, through whatever unscrupulous means possible. And
I think the creator said that describes Donald Trump a lot more than it describes Kamala Harris.
Right. Yes, I'm watching Fox News. This is a BAC guy.
We'll just assume you're watching Fox News, BAC guy, unless you say different.
And evidently, Kamala Harris thinks that the public is stupid. That all of a sudden, she's had a change of heart on many subjects. Well, this lady is not fooling anybody. She's not pulling the wool over anybody's eyes. She's nothing but a Marxist, radical, leftist, extremist from San Francisco. And everybody knows it, and everybody's going to find out, and this lady is not going to win. Thank you very much. God bless you all, and we'll talk to each other again. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. Thank you, BAC. That's Born Again Christian guy.
You know,
for those very Christian comments.
You know what's even funnier is when any of you people use the terms Marxist, leftist, radical, I know exactly that you don't understand any of those terms.
You are repeating what Sean Hannity and Mark Levin said yesterday.
Yes, you are literally just repeating the line.
You are repeating the lines that you heard on, and you tipped your hand there, BAC guy. You just heard that on Fox News, and you got on the phone and called and repeated it, which is fine. I mean, people get their information from all kinds of different sources.
Sure, but it just tells me that you use that phrase very often because you probably don't understand what it means.
Let's go ahead and do sound clips.
And now, today in sound clips.
All right, so we had a couple of different takes there on Kamala Harris and her breakout performance. We'll get to that coming up here in just a few minutes, but let's talk a little bit about the acting director of the Secret Service is now getting grilled by congressmen.
Yeah, what's that about?
Senators. Well,
he's like, I wasn't even there on the job.
Ronald Rowe Jr. is the acting director after the previous director stepped down following her
debacle.
Well, grilling by Congress. He was grilled by multiple senators about the agency's actions during the July 13th attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. Josh Hawley got into a heated exchange with Rowe about accountability. And a lot of these guys were like, why has nobody been fired? And I kept wanting to say, wait a minute, didn't the director get fired?
She quit.
The one who was here last week, right. I mean, she basically got fired. She wasn't allowed to stay in her job. Testifying before the Senate Judiciary and Homeland Security Committees yesterday, Acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe received some harsh words from notorious tough guy Josh Hawley.
Is it not prima facie that somebody has failed? A former president was shot.
Sir, this could have been our Texas school book depository. I have lost sleep over that for the last 17 days,
Then
just like
fire
you have.
somebody to
and I will
hold
tell
them
you,
accountable.
Senator. I will tell you, Senator.
So Josh Hawley's saying, fire somebody, fire somebody. Here's what Rose said when he managed to get a word in.
And I will do so with integrity and not rush to judgment and put people
I can't believe
unfairly
that you
persecuted.
are unfairly persecuted.
Unfairly,
We've got people
sir.
who are
We
dead.
have to be able to have a proper investigation into this, Senator.
I agree.
Yeah, does he just want him to go, hey, I'm going to do, the Romans had a process called decimation. And so the equivalent with this would be, for every 10 employees, I'm going to fire one at random. I mean, it sounds like that's what Josh Hawley and some of these others want him to do. Just fire one person for every 10 Secret Service
Show
employees.
the troops not to F around.
That's how the Romans saw it. Deputy FBI Director Paul Abate was on the hot seat as well. He clarified, said that there was never a doubt, despite what you've heard, whether Trump was hit by a bullet, that he was hit in the ear by a bullet.
There is absolutely no doubt in the FBI's mind whether former President Trump was hit with a bullet and wounded in the ear. No doubt, there never has been.
Okay.
I've been part of this investigation since the very beginning, and that has never been raised.
Senator Ted Cruz, another notorious alpha male tough guy, said he believes that the Secret Service made a political decision not to protect Donald Trump.
Is there a decision maker?
It's not a bureaucracy, Senator.
Give me the
it's a
person
process.
that's a decision maker. Is there one?
Senator, it's a conversation. It's not just an absolute yay or nay.
So let me tell you what I believe. I believe that the Secret Service leadership made a political decision.
Hey guys, show of hands here. How many vote that we don't do a real good job with Trump today? All right, show of hands here. Okay. Yeah.
Who wants to just let him get it?
Who just wants to let him get shot? This reminds me of a really horrifying movie called Open Water. I don't know if you ever saw that one.
Two people get stranded in the ocean and they have like life jackets on, and
their scuba diving tourist boat takes off without them, and they got to survive, and then the sharks come. Ugh. Scuba divers Kim and Nathan Mocker became separated from their dive boat in the Gulf of Mexico. This happened, a storm whipped up, and they were lost at sea for 38 hours before being rescued eventually by the Coast Guard, uneaten, unlike Open Water. Oh, sorry, spoiler. Here's Charles Owen, uncle of Nathan, described them being knocked off the boat.
A huge swell comes in and engulfs.
Did he say a huge whale?
A huge swell comes in.
Or a huge swale?
What's a swale?
A swell.
A huge swell comes in and engulfs Kim and Nathan totally.
Yeah, it's swell.
When the swell rolls out, they're nowhere to be found.
Because I thought, oh crap, those whales are at it again.
Human.
Simone Biles broke the record, and the women's gymnastic team won gold. She and her team got the U.S. back on top of the podium yesterday. Here's a little bit of audio from the Paris Olympics.
Simone will officially pass Shannon Miller for the most United States Olympic medals.
It's official!
Golden again!
Team USA wins team finals at the Olympic Games.
They've done it. The USA and Simone Biles, that gold medal. Now that's a comeback.
All right, we're going to have some more audio coming up, including Kamala Harris speaking to the crowd in Georgia yesterday. And as I said, listen, we Town Square Media hired a French guy to do call-ins for all the... Yeah, he's a French guy.
We got live coverage?
Live French guy coverage.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's in France.
Well, it's recorded, but it's a package that's sent over every morning from our French Olympics correspondent. This is an MR, or must run, according to corporate. Yeah.
Oui, bonjour. It is me, Frenchman model Pierre Delon. Again at the cafe having a petite cup of coffee. Unlike the oversized coffees you Americans like to order, grande. But call it what it is, you stupid Americans. Like you, it's really large. Just a suggestion. Try a smaller cup. No? Oh, and by the way, congratulations to your women's gymnastics team taking the gold. No surprise one of them was given a French name. The Biles girl. Simone. Oh, oui. Until next time, I am Frenchman model Pierre Delon. Au revoir.
Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show, Glenn Garza and Daniel Paulus.
Power washing with mention this ad and receive 15% off. Visit sanitize915.com for more info.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
We have gotten a number of, let's just say, colorful phone calls since yesterday's show.
Oh, well, you went all full Trump derangement syndrome at the end.
I'm on a mission for God, just to restate my
That's
position.
what you were saying, I know.
All right. But we have a lot of crazy calls about a lot of stuff.
You know, we actually got some calls, and I'm not sure that if you've seen them yet, but I guess what we talked about on the After Buzz a couple weeks ago. Oh, and for everybody, I've had some issues uploading the episodes to the After Buzz.
I sent you yesterday.
Yes, I know, but the one from yesterday and last Thursday will all be available, both be available today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we did them. I remember doing them.
Right. But we talked about sandwiches.
We did.
Yeah, and we got...
Has that one been published yet?
Oh, yeah. That one has, but we've been getting like several calls, even today, about people's favorite sandwiches. And in our app chat, we have David says, one of my ideal sandwiches is a BLT, but using both regular bacon and turkey bacon.
Okay. All right.
So what are y'all's top 3 sandwiches all time?
Schlotsky's Original.
Yeah, and when you said that's not a sandwich though. That doesn't tell you what the type of meat inside is.
BLT?
No, Schlotsky's Original is the best sandwich.
I think the Schlotsky's Original probably has like a mix. I used to go to the one that used to be by Coronado. And
you know how far I would have to drive to get a Schlotsky's?
East side.
Las Cruces, no?
No, east side. But so far, it might as well be Las Cruces. It's so far on the east side. The last time I was in Ruidoso, before the fires, I thought about going and buying like 10 Schlotsky's Original sandwiches and freezing them.
just to have them.
Just thaw them out and have them whenever I want one. But what else did people say about the sandwich episode?
All right. Do you want to hear it or no?
Is it audio?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought these were app chat messages.
Nope. These are actually neckline calls.
Oh, okay. Well.
Morning, guys. This is I was just listening to you guys' last week Thursday's AfterBuzz. Nico, so the one that you just described as a croque monsieur is actually more like Monte Cristo, because that one is more like the French toast and ham and cheese type of thing with the jam. That sounds more what you just described. Croque monsieur is actually not a far off variation, except it's not French toasty.
What?
Remember last time we were talking?
Yeah, you mentioned some like a croquis sandwich of some kind.
Well, a croque monsieur.
No.
Please help me.
Two whiffs.
Escuche, repita.
A croque monsieur.
Croque monsieur.
Nice.
No. Croque monsieur.
Okay, nice. And a Monte Cristo, which was like French toast as the bread, and then like you have like jam, and it's powdered sugar, and you have jam and mustard you can put on your sandwich.
That's called a Monte Cristo.
I thought it was, but this caller is saying that I was wrong about it.
All right, let's do a few more sound clips. Look, I don't know. I'm not vouching for this one 100%, but what it's showing is like a gathering of Tesla fans, and there are a lot of Cybertrucks there, and there's a guy who's a huge fan. He says the Cybertruck is the greatest truck ever invented by man. And to show how sturdy it is, he gets on and climbs on the windshield. And
no.
Can you guess what happens?
Does the windshield break?
Let me just tell you that when the windshield breaks, he keeps going on as if nothing happened. Check this out.
The Cybertruck, the best truck ever. Obviously, along with some other beautiful Teslas like a Plaid and a Model X. What do you got to do? You obviously have to get up and walk over it because this thing was built to last. So I'm literally walking on this thing right now. We're going 240 pounds. It's so funny. This is the most American-made car. Y'all hate on this truck, even though this redefines what trucking should have been.
I don't know. And the reason I say I'm not 100% endorsing it, somebody could have added the sound effect.
Oh, yeah. Because you don't see it that
like,
well.
It doesn't all fall through or anything.
Well, I think that
we're going 240 pounds.
Also, I'm looking at that guy's shadow. He doesn't look like he's 240 pounds.
Do you remember that when Elon Musk unveiled the truck,
he hit it with a baseball? He threw something at it and it just shattered it. It shattered.
It was supposed to be a baseball, and they're like, "Look at how it doesn't even break when you throw a baseball at it."
It just completely shattered. Right.
Walking on this thing right now, we're going 240 pounds.
I love it.
You think they look? You don't think they look cool? I can only assume.
They remind me of the stainless steel Kenmore refrigerator that I had in my first apartment that I ever lived in. That thing was a beauty.
It's a little industrial.
As a refrigerator goes, it looks great. I'm seeing more and more of them. You know, I drove from here to Los Angeles and back.
Mm-hmm.
I must have seen and that's I-10 all the way. I must have seen 50 Cybertrucks. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There and back. A lot of them. A lot of them in California, too.
I bet. There's a lot of Teslas in general, no? They have like a large amount of electric vehicles.
I saw somebody driving a Tesla car, just a Tesla car, and they got a personalized license plate that says, "I love Elon." Thirsty much?
Elon's not even that likable. I don't know how people love him that much.
Yeah.
He should have been Dr. Doom in the new Avengers. Also, they're talking about Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom in the Avengers, but they're also making a Fantastic Four with Pedro Pascal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's set in the 60s.
In a retro.
Right.
Yeah,
so is there going to be a Dr. Doom for that
Probably.
film?
It's
and
probably the same Dr. Doom.
You think it's going to be Robert Downey Jr.?
So in the comic books, there is an arc where Tony Stark becomes Dr. Doom instead of Victor Von Doom.
Is it like a Marvel What If or something?
No. I think it's a...
Did he go on the moon rocket mission with the Fantastic Four? Is that how he became Dr. Doom?
That's not how he gets his powers in the comics. Dr. Doom...
Yes. He's on the same mission. The cosmic rays scar him horrifically, which is why he wears the Dr. Doom mask. Dude.
Are you sure about that?
You're out of your depth on this one, buddy.
Donnie!
Donnie! You're out of your depth! You're like a child that walks into the room in the middle of a movie. Yeah, Dr. Doom was Reed Richards' college roommate. And he got to go on this moon mission. Everybody else got cool. Well, I mean, the Thing always thought he got a sucky deal because he's a big rock monster.
He has feelings, too. I remember that part in the Fantastic Four movie always made me sad.
I look like a freak.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Victor Von Doom blamed Mephisto for his mother's death, and he taught himself sorcery and science.
That's all retconned after the fact.
No, it's not.
In the original Fantastic Four, Victor Von Doom was Reed Richards' college roommate who also went on the mission.
No, he has magic power. Victor Von Doom is also part magical.
Oh, God. Well, social media said that Snoop Dogg was wearing a demonic necklace at the Olympics and that it had something to do with Satan. Here's Snoop Dogg clearing the record. So I think people are saying it looked like the goat-headed demon Baphomet. Right. Here's what Snoop Dogg says it really was.
I don't know what y'all thought this was, but this is the GOAT. I had this made because somebody told me I was the GOAT, so I wanted to make me a GOAT chain. I don't know what y'all talking about, but this is the GOAT, greatest of all time. GOAT. Dog is the GOAT. Represent peace and love.
Dog is the GOAT. D-O-double-G is the G-O-A-T.
Sign him, Snoop Dogg, right now.
You know what's interesting, though? People aren't wrong. Baphomet looks like a goat.
Yeah. I mean, it's a goat-headed demon. Yeah. It could look that way, I guess. Vice President Kamala Harris told a crowd at a rally in Georgia last night that they were going to win together. And some are thinking she changed her manner of speaking. Oh, I see what they're saying. Like she kind of put on a Southern dialect because it was in Atlanta. I wasn't aware of that, but.
And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024. Yes, we will.
All right.
Oh, she's trying to play it up.
The people ate it up, so whatever.
Kamala Harris told the rally crowd in Atlanta she has a plan to fix price gouging.
But while inflation is down and wages are up, prices are still too high. You know it and I know it. And when we win this election, here's what we're going to do about it. On day one, I will take on price gouging and bring down costs.
You know what she does? She kind of is like doing an affectation of her voice, it sounds like.
Kind of Southern.
A little Southern, but it's exactly what you do when you talk to a country artist who's from the South.
Man, it's sure been nice having you here in the studio with us, Sundance Head. Like that.
Sundance Head, that's right.
Kamala said she will bring back the border security bill that Donald Trump had his acolytes kill in Congress.
As president, I will bring back the border security bill that Donald Trump killed, and I will sign it into law and show Donald Trump what real leadership looks like.
All right. She kind of jabbed Trump about him waffling on whether or not he's going to show up for the September 10th debate. Here's a little audio of that.
I do hope you'll reconsider to meet me on the debate stage. Because as the saying goes, if you've got something to say, say it to my face.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Biden crowd anywhere near that fired up about anything.
Yeah, seriously.
If they get that loud, they'll startle him.
No.
And, she did a call and response there. Well, she put the call and then got the response.
They responded.
And I got to tell you, I think I see the move here. Well, again, I'm not making a prediction on the outcome of the election. I still think at least now I think it could go either way.
Well, thanks for now not making a prediction when you already have made like 10 predictions.
That was before. Okay, so that was before Biden moved aside.
You're such a waffler.
That changes the entire arithmetic.
Keep waffling.
All right. We're going to do every day, I hope, as long as our singers' vocal cords stand out. We're going to do, they do a medal count every day, let you know where the U.S. stands compared to other countries and who leads in the medal. But nobody's ever done a heavy medal count.
Oh.
Welcome to the 2024 Paris Summer Games Heavy Medal Count. Japan, 7 gold medals. China, 6 gold medals. Australia, 6 gold medals! USA, 4 gold medals!
There you go. That is the heavy metal count from the 2024 games in Paris. We're going to come back here in just a few moments. I've got a Mo Show calendar, and also it's the final day of July. We've been working on this all month long, and it's ready to go. It's all been building up to this. The Farewell to July song is going to be in the Mo Show calendar coming up. More on the way right after this.
I'm Daniel Paulus, and whether you're wrapping up your workday, on the ride home, or running errands, El Paso's best rock will make the afternoon a rockin' one with 95.5 KLAQ.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, Fox.
Twisted Tea, hard twisted. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
El Paso's own live and local. The Buzz Adams Morning Show, 95.5 KLAQ.
Mo Show calendar coming up, and also our farewell to the month of July in song on the way. Seize the Deal is back with another dining deal along with KLAQ. We present a great dining deal this week on Friday at 10 o'clock. If you get in and before they run out, you can get $50 food certificates for half price. You pay $25, but you get the full $50 value for the Double Eagle restaurant in Old Messiah, which really is like the crown jewel. Old Messiah is a great place to go, but Double Eagle restaurant is very historic.
So historic.
A murder happened there, and it's haunted, they say.
Several murders.
Steak, seafood, their world-famous award-winning margaritas. They've been serving it up for over 30 years at the Double Eagle restaurant in Old Messiah.
Okay, Buzz loves decor that's reminiscent of Sherlock Holmes' Game of Shadows.
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool way. I wish my house could look like
Victorian England.
221 Baker Street.
That's what the decor is kind of like at the Double Eagle. It's beautiful decor. It's older though. Because it's so historic.
It's 100 years. I'd say it's Edwardian style.
They have
decor.
Either an actual copy, like a draft copy of the Gadsden Purchase that was signed there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Here's somebody calling in with a comment on you're making fun of me because my favorite sandwich, you ask a question, I answered honestly, is the original from Schlotsky's. But you wanted me to say a BLT.
It doesn't tell me what type of sandwich that is. I have no idea. Is that a turkey? Is that a roast?
Have you never had an original from Schlotsky's?
Even if I did, I probably couldn't remember what the meat was.
Okay.
Okay, is there pepperoni? Is there turkey? Is there
to Schlotsky's together? All of us after work.
Hey, good morning, Buzz. How you doing? Just calling just to let you know that ever since you started talking about the Schlotsky's sandwich, tell you what, man, I tried it and it's delicious.
Mm-hmm. Right?
I go maybe once a week. Oh, thanks. Good sandwich.
Okay, why can't you describe the sandwich?
Okay, the main thing is the bread. It's on a sourdough bread.
Okay, sourdough bread.
That is just perfection at Schlotsky's.
Keep going.
It's got lettuce.
Okay.
And meats.
Okay, it's got ham, salami, cheddar, mozzarella.
Thank you, Alberto. Thank you very much.
Sandwich.
I didn't do a forensic examination of what meat was in my sandwich.
Most people know what meat goes in their sandwich before they eat it.
It's ham, cotto salami, Genoa salami, cheeses, olives, lettuce, red onions, tomato, mustard, signature sauce on
I don't question
ham and salami.
I don't question perfection. If I see something or taste something and it's perfect.
Yeah, but you could never ask somebody, hey, could you make me this sandwich?
Yeah, you could. You got to go to Schlotsky's.
And you tell them, give me the original, please. And they make it.
Hey, this is a perfect example of why Nico's radio job is a side hustle and his stand-up comedy thing is his main gig, because I bet you $1,000 he would never wear flip-flops on stage.
Yeah. That's obvious, dude.
Wait.
Hold on. First of all, this is a guy that calls in, and I'm pretty sure already doesn't enjoy my
not
comedy.
a Nico fan.
Yeah, not a fan. But dude, are you that dumb? People don't see my feet on the radio. People do see my feet on stage, especially.
People see your feet around the office. We have visitors.
That's
we have
not
the
the point.
mayor. We have dignitaries that come in, and you're going to wear flip-flops to freaking work.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you wouldn't wear them on stage at a comedy show.
Absolutely not. Never.
Because
because the audience would see my feet. But I don't care if you see my feet. I don't care if anybody around the office sees my feet.
If the mayor of El Paso comes in, you don't care that you're wearing flip-flops.
No, why would I?
Not even sandals.
Why
just
would I?
Flip-flops.
Why would I care about that?
Just men don't show their toes in public.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, of course I don't wear shorts on stage either. That's a big no-no. I don't wear flip-flops. There's like certain rules they tell you when you start. And one of them is don't wear shorts, don't wear flip-flops.
So this is your side gig then?
He can confirm,
yes. It's my part-time job, yeah. I'm paid as a part-time employee, sure.
Mo's show calendar coming up here in just a second. Let's see.
I don't think you know what part-time money is, son.
What?
I don't think you know what part-time money is, son.
Oh, a celebrity Nepo baby had an electric bicycle crash. I wonder if it was as bad as mine.
Wait, you crashed your bike?
The very first time I rode it, dude.
Nice.
Like the
Me
very
too,
first thing within, so I'd gotten it. They had to ship it to Crazy Cat.
Okay, yes,
Cycling.
I know where. I went there too when mine.
No, well, they make it in a factory in California, and they shipped it here. So I went and picked it up and brought it home, and I might have taken it for a spin around the neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Because it was all juiced up when I got it. Like it had a full charge. And so I take it back, and then I'm going to put it away, and I'm going to go to bed, and I've already started to settle in with my evening routine, which is...
Oh, are you trying to talk about the time that you ran into the thing?
Yeah. I'm telling Alberto about it. He doesn't know about it.
So Alberto, I go over to Buzz's house with my best friend Brian to see the new bike, and we're having some beers. Buzz, me, and my buddy. And then when right as I leave, it's like probably 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Buzz, I think, takes his sleeping pill already. After a beer or two, then he gets on his bike and he FaceTimes his mom.
Well, she had called. It's not like I called my mom up. So she had called. I was
think
ready
she
for bed.
FaceTimed you?
That's what he said. That's what he just said.
No, but she doesn't know how to use that, Alberto.
No, she does. No. Grandma totally knows how to FaceTime. In fact, sometimes she'll call in specifically on a FaceTime. She loves it.
Okay, so they're on FaceTime, and he's on the bike, and he's trying to show her the bike while he's on FaceTime.
Listen, you can hear it straight from the horse's mouth here, okay?
Well, I
was settling in for bed. I was going to go to bed. All of a sudden, it's FaceTime from my mom. And I'm excited because I got this new bike. I'm like, oh, I got this great bike. Let me show it to you. Then I switch it to FaceTime, right?
Okay.
And I'm showing her, they have a little thumb activated. That's the engine. It makes the motor go. This thing get up to 35 miles an hour. And as I'm saying that, my thumb flips the switch. And the bike shoots forward, Alberto.
I know how. I know exactly how.
Except he's only 1 foot in front of a brick post.
Yeah, a brick fence post. And I go off the front of the bike, and somehow my teeth hit the brick post first and just shatters.
Your teeth?
His teeth.
Wow.
I collected the pieces the next day.
Did you do the show the next day like this?
No. It was not on.
Like in 2 days. But
hey guys, welcome back to the Buzz Adams Month.
It was like that for about 3 months.
Okay.
Anyway, I knocked out my front teeth.
Yeah.
And I think I lost consciousness. And then I got up. And I didn't want to freak my mom out, so I didn't FaceTime her. So I just called her and said, I had an accident. I got to go to the hospital. So I get in the car and drive to the urgent care.
Nice. Ambulances are expensive.
Well, no, they called an ambulance for him.
Then they
from the
called
urgent
the
care
ambulance because
urgent care can't take care of that.
At this point, the sleeping pill was kicking in. I think I had a concussion, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
And that decision was made. Like if they'd have said, "We need to take you to the to a real hospital," I would have gotten in my car. But
I'm not even sure you could have driven in that state, though.
It's probably not the best idea. But anyway. I get an ambulance ride that ends up costing me over $9,000 because the company insurance, Alberto, anytime, at some point, if you stay here long enough, they're going to put you on insurance. It sucks.
Yeah.
They don't
or
cover
not
any ambulance ride at all. They don't have a contract with any ambulance service in El Paso.
You see, I couldn't do that. If I got that bill, I would just tell the hospital, you know what? Just take me out back and shoot me because no, thank you. And it's not worth it. And yeah, look, what happened to me on my electric bike was the first time I ever rode it, the first time I got it was I didn't know how it worked. And mine, like when I pressed the gas, it went from like 0 to 15 immediately.
Yeah, they jump.
I think that's what happened to you, dude.
And I didn't know. So I literally get on it and I press the gas and
You keep saying gas, but it's an electric bike.
Yeah. I give it the power. I give it the power and I ram myself against the Tahoe and I just throw myself against, not throw myself, I
Did
ram
you lose
the Tahoe.
consciousness?
No, mine wasn't as bad. I just hit someone random stranger's Tahoe.
I still save all those pictures. They're
Of your
horrifying.
teeth? Yeah, I bet.
Of my face after it happened and everything.
Yeah, it comes up in my memories.
Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's son Pax ended up in the hospital after he crashed his electric bike. This is the one that Angelina Jolie, I think she'd already adopted Pax when she was with Billy Bob Thornton. So he was kind of a carryover. And now, have you heard, like, the kids, even the biological kids, want to change their name? They don't want Pitt to be their last name anymore.
Well, did you hear what happened? Why they hate him?
Because he was verbally abusive to them and their mom, I guess.
Yeah, so
is what they
apparently
say.
there's like this one instance, this
On a
one
plane?
story, the plane story, so they hate him forever.
It might not have been too bad, but paramedics were called. Witnesses say he suffered hip pain and a head injury.
Ooh.
As long as you kept your teeth, dude.
Well, it says he wasn't wearing a helmet and that he never wears a helmet.
Same here.
Real one.
And people was like, you better wear a helmet from now on. The way I hit, a helmet would have done no good at all because it was directly in my face.
Yeah, a helmet wouldn't have helped.
A football helmet might have helped.
Or like one of
Not a
those like
bicycle.
motorcycle ones.
Yeah, like a full motorcycle. Pax is 20 years old. TMZ says he is in stable condition.
Hey, so we just got an app chat message, and I want to clarify something. GFam915 says, Fluffy wears shorts on stage all the time, Nico. What are you talking about here?
I hate him.
Hold on, Alberto.
You hate Fluffy?
I just don't really like his comedy that much.
All right. Anyways, so Gabriel Iglesias is not, he's kind of the exception to the rule because he's so large. Well, it's kind of his character, but he actually took that from Patrick Candelaria. All the pictures of Gabriel Iglesias before, or in his earliest career.
Patrick is our late friend.
Our late friend,
a great El Paso comic. And you're saying that Fluffy got the wearing the Hawaiian shirts and shorts on stage. He lifted that from
Patrick.
From Patrick.
Absolutely. Patrick he would absolutely agree with that statement. But as a rule, you don't. And he's one of the few people that
can get away with it
because he's so much larger, and that's his thing now. The same way that Bert Kreischer can get away without wearing
shirtless,
a shirt.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the Mo Show calendar. I can get through this quickly. Speaking of Fluffy, do you remember Gabriel showed up on an episode of Modern Family where he was playing Manny's father, but he wasn't really his father? No?
I think so. Modern Family?
Yeah, Modern Family.
Yeah.
Rico Rodriguez.
I did not like that.
Manny Delgado. It sounds like you really have something against Gabriel Iglesias.
Look, I watched that. Like the first time I watched his special, especially the one from here in El Paso.
Yeah.
I died. I was about 12. It was hilarious.
Okay.
Then I rewatched it, and I was like, this is not funny. And then he wears shorts. Like, and I'm just not a big fan. But hey, he's made a killing, and he's transferred it over to TV, which is a really hard thing to do. Not all comedians do it.
Can I have the music for the calendar, please?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. That's not the calendar. That's not the calendar music. There we go. That's the calendar music. Today is Avocado Day.
Avocados from Mexico.
Today is National Mutt Day.
Hey, get your mutts.
Is your dog a mix?
Yeah.
Mutt?
My Jackie boy's a mutt through and through. Although he's such a perfect mutt, like whatever combination of dogs went into making him, I think should be cloned and sold off.
Start saving now.
Yep. Everybody needs a Jack.
Sometimes more than once a day.
Yeah.
In addition to National Mutt Day, today's National Orgasm Day. Don't combine those two.
Speaking of Jacks,
Rico Rodriguez, who played Manny on Modern Family, is 26. A little lower.
Nice.
Hey, just down a little bit, okay? There you go. From Avenged Sevenfold, singer M. Shadows. I guess I got it backwards. Sinister Gates is the guitar player, M. Shadows. I'm sure that people are ripping me right now for getting that mixed up, but M. Shadows is the singer for Avenged Sevenfold. He's 43. BJ Novak, who played Ryan on The Office.
One of the head writers for The Office as well.
He was one of the head writers for The Office. He's 45. Country star who crossed over, Zach Brown. Remember, he had like a rock song that he had done. Heavy. Is that the head that wears the crown? But he was also the guy who did Chicken Fried. I like my chicken fried. A cold beer on a Friday night.
That's actually Cade's favorite song. Cade McConnell's favorite song. He was telling us.
Who's that, your intern?
Yeah, the quarterback from UTEP. He loves that song. And it's actually a pretty good song.
A pair of jeans that fit just right.
When I used to work at Chili's, that song used to play a lot.
Dean Cain played Superman on TV. He's 58 today.
Dean Cain. You ever hear that Nick Swardson joke where he said that he's just going to hire somebody famous to go to his funeral?
Just out of the blue.
And then have them sit in the back. And then people will be like, did Nick know Dean Cain?
J.K. Rowling, who wrote all the Harry Potters, is 59. And this is Harry Potter Day. I guess they put Harry Potter's birthday is also July 31st. So no coincidence there. But happy Harry Potter Day.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes, who I am not going to tell you who showed up in what movie he shows up in a cameo in.
Oh my God.
Because you people
You're
are
doing
really,
it.
really thin-skinned
You're
about
doing
spoilers. Everything's a spoiler to some of you.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes is 62 today. Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks and the billionaire, is 66 today. Nice. He was one of the first billionaires out of the initial .com boom. And actor Michael Biehn is 68. He was Kyle Reese in The Terminator, Hicks in Aliens. He was Johnny Ringo in Tombstone.
Well, I knew a Huckleberry.
Yeah, he was the guy on the receiving end of that. Michael Biehn is 68 today. 5 years ago, and really, there's no excuse for this. In 2019, Woodstock 50 was canceled after permits fell through. They had trouble finding a new venue. Artists started backing out. And you might think, well, it was COVID. No, this was 19. This was the summer of 19. This was before anybody had ever heard of COVID. Somehow they just fumbled the ball. You remember, because they had Woodstock, they had a big deal for its 25th anniversary, and then they did one for its 30th. That was
99?
The 99 one has a documentary about what a nightmare it was and how many assaults took place during it and how poorly behaved.
It sounds like all of their attempts have been very messed up.
The 92 and the 99 one was the one that was real nightmare. And I think maybe that had something to do with it. Also, I think the Fire Fest had just gone to crap a year before that.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, 50th anniversary. They could have done a Woodstock 50, but for any number of reasons, it all fell through. Today is the last day of July, or if you prefer, July Iron Maiden. Tomorrow is going to kick off the month of August. What's considered the hotter month in El Paso, July or August?
That's a good question.
July, maybe July.
Maybe July.
Yeah, in East Texas, it's August because of the humidity.
Well, I was going to say we start to get our monsoon rains around August. July, August.
Anyway, July has been an eventful month. A lot has happened as we think back on the last 31 days. Here is a tribute and a farewell to July.
Goodbye, July. Trump dodged a bullet, his ear is fine. Biden's out, we're down to one old guy. Speaking of old guys, Newhart died. Who's the geek at CrowdStrike? Who canceled my Delta flight? No open seating at Southwest Airlines. Snoop with the torch, no weed in sight. Did the Olympics mock Jesus Christ? And cat ladies want to scratch out J.D. Vance's eyes.
It's a good
So goodbye, except to the Olympics on day and night. I'm getting French fried. Goodbye, July.
We're gonna do a quick break. Nico is fully filling in for Joanna. He's gonna have the Hollywood Cheese May. Joanna returns next week on Monday, but Nico's gonna have our Hollywood news coming up right after this.
Music news, concert updates, song and album factoids, and of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock.
Fosters a lifelong love of learning. Their future is bright with IDEA. Enroll today. Classes begin August 5th.
Broadcasting from El Paso for El Paso. The Buzz Adams Morning Show on 95.5 KLAQ.
Fly, eagles, fly. Is that how they do it? Am I doing it right?
After every touchdown.
Stephen Puga is here, the biggest Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Well, you keep saying
in the world.
Puga. I think you like saying his name wrong.
You know what's funny is that's not the first time people have pronounced my name like that. I had a football coach back in the early 2000s that would say Puga. Puga, get over here, things like that.
Puga.
Puga.
No, just Puga.
Puga.
Yeah, there you go.
Right, fine. He knows I love him.
But to just real quick, this is like a little full circle moment for me right now because I don't want to date anybody, especially you, Buzz. But I remember being a kid in the early 2000s. 2002.
Good Lord.
I was in third grade. My dad dropping me off at Loma Terrace Elementary, and you'd be on the radio, and I'd be laughing at things I shouldn't be laughing at.
Right.
But
full circle. Now you're here.
Now I'm here.
Stephen has a couple of comedy things to tell you about. First of all, how are the Eagles going to be this year, man?
Well, hopefully we're back to what they were in 2022. Obviously, last year didn't end the way we wanted to, starting 10-1, finishing 11-5.
Yeah,
did they win in 2022?
Can you imagine 10-1 and you finish up 11-5?
Yeah, no, it was pretty brutal to watch. Yeah.
Did they win in 2022?
They won the NFC. They went to the Super Bowl, fell short, but 2023, we're going to try to forget about that. We got Saquon Barkley now in the backfield.
Nice.
A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith coming back, so we'll be all right.
Alberto, do you want to roast the Eagles any, or do you have anything today?
They're a horrible team. What's been your... you can't hear me?
He can't hear through the headphones.
I think Nico might need to pot him up on the headphones.
Yeah, there you go. That ought to do it.
Wrong connection.
If they're put in the right place, yeah.
All right, what did he say?
He said
Eagles suck.
Yeah, I said remember when Donovan McNabb threw up in the Super Bowl and you guys lost?
Threw up in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
He threw up like he vomited?
That's the rumor, apparently, in the huddle.
Okay. Tell us about your comedy.
Okay, so every Wednesday night at Neep Collective. It's a food truck park on Dyer. It's at 8144 Dyer.
Which looks, through all your pictures that I've seen, unfortunately I haven't been able to go out to your mic yet.
That's
but
Neep, N-E-E-P.
Northeast El Paso.
Yeah, I think that's what it stands for.
It looks really nice. Like it's a really pretty area.
It's a real hidden gem, and I know the Northeast gets a bad rep, but it's actually a little gentrified area of Dyer Street.
This is a good gentrified, okay?
There's no crackhead or zombies walking into Neep Collective.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
So what time does your open mic start?
It starts at 9 o'clock. Starts at 9. Sign-ups at 8:30. I'm there every week.
Are we talking about Wednesday night?
Wednesday night.
Tonight. Okay.
Yeah, Wednesday night tonight. And here's the cool thing also. I talked to our friend Bart Reed. Nico and I know him very well. You know him, Buzz. And we're going to be giving out 2 free pairs of tickets to the comic strip tonight.
Oh, that's cool.
We're going to raffle them off. And I don't know if we're going to do it at the beginning, middle, or end, but there's going to be 2 pairs of tickets given away tonight.
I think it's this week is Dustin Ibarra.
Actually, something
the
changed.
lineup
He's not
changed.
in it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no, something came up. He couldn't make it, but you hope Dustin's okay.
No, Dustin's probably got like a TV role, a movie role. He stays pretty active acting.
Yeah, instead we have Chris Simpson coming to the comic strip this week.
So that's the Neep tonight and every Wednesday night.
At 9 o'clock. It's comedy only or anybody?
Comedy, yeah, pretty much just comics show up. I don't discriminate. Anybody can come up if you think.
Well, the food, I mean, people
food. And that's another thing. You have Desert Oak Barbecue out there.
Delicious. That was one of our dining deals a couple of weeks ago. It sold out like almost instantaneously. That's how popular they are.
Oh, yeah, no, they hook it up. They bring it.
So what's awesome about Steve, how long have you been doing stand-up now?
I've been doing it since I started January of 2021. So I guess you could say I'm a post-COVID comic or a mid-COVID comic.
Yeah, so like 3 years now. And what's real cool is that when I started working for the station, before my job was to bring the comics to the radio. And so now it's nice to have Steven, somebody that also works at the comic strip as a host.
He brings the
comics in. And now he brings
in.
the comics in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some people on Friday because you were under the weather.
I wasn't. I was doing my workshop. I had my other job. What are you talking about? Did you tell people I was under the weather?
Yes.
I told him that you were absent for work.
Oh, okay, good. Wait, I was absent doing other work.
I thought you were just, I don't know, man, whether you're sick or whatever it is.
Wait, you honestly on Friday, you thought I wasn't here on Friday because I was sick. I had to take somebody you knew to.
Yeah, I thought you would leave the show early. It's like if I got to do something at 9,
I didn't have time.
I'd still
time.
show up for 5 to 9.
I didn't have time. I had to do so much stuff. I had to cater everything.
Oh my God,
the girlies are fighting.
Screw you, F
your
you.
dad getting you to mow the yard must have been like pulling
F you. You knew exactly what I was doing.
Full of
I had to pick up your daughter at your house just to take her to the workshop.
Nico, what time was your workshop at on Friday if you couldn't make it in at 6 in the morning?
6 in the morning, yeah. What time did it start?
Well, I had to be there.
No. What time did it start?
Well, the workshop was posted at 9. I had to be there at 10. I had to be there by 9. I had to get a bunch of
I assumed you were still going to come into work.
I had to get a bunch of supplies because I was catering and cooking everything for the.
All right.
Wow.
So anyway, when Steven was here, somebody called in and said, "Hey, Steven could be your Nico replacement if Nico quit showing up."
Sure.
I like the sound of that. I'm down for that.
Yeah. You just need to get funnier, but yeah.
Whoa. All right.
Hey,
They're going to fight.
No, not at all. It's just a proven statistic. It's just.
The audience last week, we had Peruvian comic Luz Pazos.
Were you like hitting on her?
No, but everybody was picking up or in their mind imagining that I was digging.
You probably were
the guest. I loved her accent.
Yes,
that's true.
Everyone does. You're not the only one, Buzz.
But I wasn't like slobbering all over the guest. I never do anything like that. Steven, you can back me up on that, right?
No, Buzz was very professional.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
If you want
Steve, help me out here, right?
Greg Wilson is coming in a few weeks.
Yeah, I know it. And you know what's the cool thing?
Did you see that commercial, that progressive commercial where he's like diving through a window and sliding under a car? Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I know.
That we know that guy?
You know what's funny is I was out of town. I think I was in Tennessee a couple of weeks ago, and we were at a bar, hanging out. And I looked up at the TV, and then the first thing I see is Greg Wilson hanging on.
I know, right?
Off the ledge of a
parking lot structure.
Yeah.
I got to see Greg maybe a couple months ago and to ask him about the commercial. And he was like, yeah, I actually had to do a few of those.
Sure, until they brought the stunt guy in to do the final move.
No. There was some stuff that looked like he slides underneath a car in the commercial.
That's really him sliding underneath.
That's him.
Anyway, Greg went to high school in El Paso.
Yeah, went to Hanks.
He went to Hanks. His family still lives here.
Wow.
And he shows up in a lot of TV shows, and the commercials too. So it's always good to see people who are
Greggy.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy how many comics that come out of El Paso that really nobody knows or talks about. Does that make sense? Not in a bad way, but
let me see. So Freddie Soto, I think, is pretty close to pretty close to the top of that.
There's only
in the comedy world, everybody knows who Patrick Candelaria was.
Right.
The late Patrick, our dear.
I didn't know that about him with Fluffy in the shorts.
Yeah, did you hear that story coming in?
I was.
Gabriel Iglesias started wearing the shorts and the Hawaiian shirt because Patrick did. You said.
Yeah, that's what it said. Yeah.
Okay. Ryan Stout. I don't know if you know Ryan Stout, but he got started. He went to high school in El Paso. Is from here.
Yeah.
He's a pretty well-known comic.
Ryan's one of my favorite comics, just in terms of actual stand-up. He's really, really good. And he doesn't come back that often. Actually, the last time he performed here was probably 6 years ago.
Wow.
But yeah, Ryan Stout is one of them. It's really those three. Those are the only professional three that stand-up wise. Greg Wilson, Freddie Soto, and Ryan Stout.
And Nico
Nicolas
Cage. I was going to say Nicolas Cage.
It's the Hollywood Cheese Man. It's the Hollywood Cheese Man.
Nico, tell us more.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nico.
Well, according to the Wall Street Journal, Travis and Jason Kelce are reportedly looking for a massive payday for their new Heights podcast. They've allegedly been talking with Wondery, an Amazon company, about signing a $100 million agreement. The podcast, which started in September of 2022, has gained popularity partly due to Travis's relationship with Taylor Swift, and now ranks 4th by audience. Of course, Travis will still play for the Kansas City Chiefs, and Jason is preparing to join ESPN's Monday Night Countdown after recently retiring.
Jason was at the Olympics. They showed him on TV. He was at the rugby.
My Lord and Savior.
Jason Kelce.
Oh,
yeah, he's
your Lord, because he's an Eagle, right? A former Eagle.
Once an Eagle, always an Eagle.
Well, he was a Philadelphia Eagle his whole career. He never played for another team, so that's cool.
Well, are the Eagles like the Marines?
But he was wearing a shirt with the rugby, and I'm sorry, I don't remember the American rugby player's name. I'll do my best to learn it. But a shirt with her face.
Wow.
A big photo of her face on the shirt that Jason Kelce was wearing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Selena Gomez has reacted to yet another TikTok. This time, she's calling out a fan who wanted her to go back to It Girl era. A video features footage of Selena back in the day, swarmed by paparazzi and fans, and featuring her ex-boyfriend Justin Bieber's song Company. A caption also reads, "At the time, she would never have gotten engaged to Benny Blanco." Selena responded to TikTok shutting it down, saying, "This makes me laugh because I was so depressed back then." Meanwhile, Selena keeps gushing about her new beau on social media and even previously revealed that she was the first one to ever say, "I love you" to her new boyfriend. And Christina Applegate revealed on the Messy podcast that she's had plastic surgery at age 27 due to a producer's comment about the bags under her eyes. She said the feature was hereditary and joked about her dad's Louis Vuitton luggage under his eyes. Applegate expressed anger at the producer for making her feel ashamed. She recently responded to an online troll who blamed her changing looks on plastic surgery. She said, "No, that's not it at all. Her changing looks are due to her battle with multiple sclerosis." Applegate has always been open about her health struggles, discussing it often on the podcast she shares with Jamie Lynn Siegler. Here is her on her Messy podcast.
One of the producers, very famous people who did a very famous show as well, said, "Hey, we're having trouble lighting under your eyes. Your bags under your eyes are so big." And now that's a hereditary thing. And he goes, "I suggest you get them removed." And you know what I did?
What?
I only remember is anytime Kelly came on an episode of the Bundy what was that called?
Married with Children.
Married
right?
with Children.
Yeah.
Woo! Like the whole crowd would just go insane, because she was so hot.
Yeah, she was pretty good looking.
Matt Rife, the comedian, is set to publish his memoir, Your Mom's Gonna Love Me. The book details his rise to comedy fame, his Ohio upbringing, and his early experiences, including rap battles and performing on notable comedy stages. Matt Rife also shares his struggles with depression and near failures. Known for his comedy specials on YouTube and Netflix, Rife is currently on his largest tour, Matt Rife Problematic World Tour. Rife expressed excitement about the book, saying he offers fans a deeper look into his journey and that he pushed for more smut, but the publisher said no. Your Mom's Gonna Love Me will be available on December 3rd.
He's one of us, Nico.
One of us.
Is he? I thought he was a pretty divisive figure in the world of comedy.
Actually, I mean, I don't necessarily relate to his stand-up.
How is he writing a memoir? He's like super young.
Can he read?
Like it's like.
Well, all the ladies are gonna buy that memoir.
Yeah.
I guess I get what you mean, Alberto. Like, how have you lived so much in such a short amount of time that you?
I mean, I think he knows it's hot 10
now.
years from now. It's probably not. It'll have right. I mean, I think that probably for Matt Rife in 10 years, things will have, gone back to
regular.
A more normal level.
Probably.
Ask Dane Cook what he's up to these days.
You're right.
He's making TikToks now. He's just going.
I mean, he did make
TikTok
like
every day.
several $100 million. I mean,
Sure,
it's not like
sure. Now you get it while the getting's good.
while
Is
it
what I'm
lasts.
saying.
Well, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this celebrity buzz.
Skibbity toilet? Yeah, I know Skibbity well.
Nicola Peltz Beckham. Well,
is that the daughter of David Beckham?
Their son, David Beckham's son's wife.
They got kids that are old enough to be married?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well,
I guess they were a 90s power couple.
Yeah, I know.
So.
Well, she is filing paperwork and suing Hound Spa and groomer Johnny Ceballos over the death of her Chihuahua Nala. She claims Ceballos, who has a history of animal abuse, left Nala injured and in distress after routine grooming. She also is holding the owner accountable for keeping Ceballos on staff despite past complaints. Nala,
Wait, was she aware of these complaints?
the owner, apparently.
No, was whoever David Beckham's daughter
I guess she was not.
aware that this guy was what, abusive to dogs?
I guess not. Nala died after being rushed to a vet, and Nicola says that her other dog, Angel, is now traumatized by the whole experience.
I got to tell you, every single Chihuahua, regardless of the age, looks like they're on the verge of a heart attack at all.
Or tears. Help me with his name, Buzz. Riley Keough?
Riley Keough is the granddaughter of Elvis Presley.
Well, she's hitting the road to celebrate her late mother, Lisa Marie Presley. Yesterday, she announced a book tour for Lisa Marie's posthumous memoir, From Here to the Great Unknown, which Riley helped finish after Lisa Marie passed away in early 2023. The tour will visit 6 cities, including New York, Nashville, and Graceland in Memphis, starting on October 9th. Tickets are available at lisamariebook.com. Riley shared that working on the memoir was extremely emotional, but also very therapeutic. Isn't she like in a battle with her grandma over the estate?
It's been messy. So Priscilla, Elvis's wife, it's come out, there are allegations of people like elder abuse taking over the rights to certain things. Remember, there was a big legal battle. I don't know. I don't recall all of the specifics, but I think at one point, maybe Priscilla and Lisa Marie were not on good terms. Yeah, I don't know where the granddaughter comes in. Although she was in a movie about these, basically, I guess, hookers that go down to Florida, and I didn't know what the movie was about, and I took my daughter to see it when she was like 14, and it was super uncomfortable.
Wait, what? Was it Spring Breakers?
No, it was, it was based on a woman's blog.
Okay.
Does that not help in any? Go ahead, do another story. I'll look it up.
Okay. Its lawsuit.
Oh my God! Anybody who saw that movie is like, probably right now. What are you thinking, you unfit parent?
Like for taking your daughter.
Yeah, I didn't make her go. I think we were on vacation, and she's like, "Let's go see a movie. This one looks good." Oh, okay.
You just randomly picked
picked it.
It's lawsuit time for Maddie Healy and the 1975. The organizer of the Good Vibes Festival in Malaysia has filed a $2.4 million lawsuit after Healy protested the country's anti-LGBTQ laws last July by fooling around with his bassist, Ross McDonald,
they were
on
kissing,
stage.
I think.
Yeah.
And in Malaysia,
Not good.
That ain't cool to do in public, I guess.
And after giving a provocative speech. Also, I don't think they're gay. I think they were just doing it to mess with them, right?
I think they knew that Malaysia was kind of repressive toward gay rights, so I think they probably did it as kind of a jab in the eye.
No matter how much of a gay rights advocate I may be, I'm not going to go on tour with Steven and then be like, dude, let's make out with him. Let's make out to a troll.
No, I'm good.
I don't know. If I knew they were like just super anti that,
they're just trying to troll.
I might do the thing where I put my hand over his, pretend to kiss like that or something.
Yeah.
But it would almost.
They were just trying to troll or what?
Take the bait.
I think so.
I think
Just trolling.
Zola. This movie was called Zola, and it's about these two hookers that go on a road trip to Florida. But I did not know that was what it was about. I promise you I had no idea.
Well, the lawsuit claimed the long, pretend, passionate embrace was all part of an elaborate plan for the band to do its best to violate the local guidelines.
Yeah, right. They were just, like I say, it was a middle finger. Hey, here's to your rules.
Yeah, but the messed up part, the remaining 2 days of the festival they were at were canceled.
Because of this. And my God, it's the worst thing. A man kissed another man.
And the license of the festival organizer was revoked by the country. The band hasn't filed a defense to the lawsuit yet.
Isn't Malaysia one of those countries where people go to have like tourist sex with?
I don't know. I just remember Zoolander tried to kill the prime minister.
Yeah.
One of our comedian brothers, Aaron Barber, just left to Malaysia
That's great.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Thailand.
Thailand, right? Thailand is the sex tourism place.
Yeah.
Maybe Malaysia too.
Maybe
I don't know.
Malaysia too. I mean, but
they're all kind of the
to
same.
cancel an entire multi-day event because the members of one band kissed each other and they only did it to piss you off.
I would feel bad though if the organizer got in trouble.
If anybody else was out money, I guess it's like,
yeah,
maybe we crossed the line here.
And finally, Richard Gadd has released a statement about his hit Netflix show Baby Reindeer following a woman, Fiona Harvey, filing a defamation suit. You all familiar with Baby Reindeer?
I saw most of the first episode of Baby Reindeer.
Well, the woman's suit...
I think I probably read more about the real life case
than the show.
That I know from the show.
Well, this story is about the case and the person, people involved. Fiona Harvey's suit claims she was the real-life inspiration for the character Martha in the show, who harasses the main character, and that her reputation has been damaged due to the character's actions on the show.
Yeah, well, suing over it sounds exactly like something Martha would do.
Quote, while the series is my emotionally true story, as I recall and recount, it is not intended to depict any real persons, according to Gadd.
Yeah.
Quote,
that's lawyer talk there.
Well, listen to this next part.
I mean, if this woman was willing to come up and say they based Baby Reindeer on me, it has to be
well,
true.
No, listen to the next part. He says, quote, instead, I created fictionalized characters, including Martha. I intentionally used characters that did not share the actual names of any persons from my real life. And then he notes, the woman, Fiona Harvey, identified herself as Martha. I did not. He also alleges that Harvey did indeed act inappropriately towards him in his statement, saying, Harvey sent me thousands of emails, hundreds of voicemails, and a number of handwritten letters. These communications often included sexually explicit, violent, and derogatory content, hateful speech, and threats.
Did he end up getting a restraining order or whatever the UK version of that is?
I think he did, yes. And with your entertainment news, I'm Nico.
All right, Nico, thank you. Hump Day, everybody.
Hump.
Free concert tonight, State Line out on the patio. You could do both of these. You could go to the Northeast El Paso Collective, see some comedy. You could also catch the show. It's free over at the State Line. So if your dating budget is similar to Alberto's, think about these free events that are going on. Happy Hump Day, everybody. Last day of July. We're going to come back, get some phone calls going, and more of the Buzz Adams Morning Show's on the way right after this.
While you're working away, we're working for you. Our drive to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1 El Paso, a town square media station. Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
I guess we could take a few phone calls, maybe talk about hey, is the printer unplugged again?
It's unplugged, yeah.
I keep going through this thing. Sometimes I'll be trying to print stuff out. We got a printer in here. And I think the night crew that comes in and cleans up, I think they plug in their
phones.
I think they plug their phones. No, I think they plug their vacuum.
The vacuum.
The phone.
What are they doing with their phones?
No, I think they plug the vacuum cleaner in. Got a few Olympic notes, so I'll get to those here in just a few minutes. I might have some phone calls ready to go. We can check and see what people are calling about. Do you know that some of the biggest Buzz haters are the most frequent callers?
Yes.
That's good.
Hey, keep
and I'm not
in.
saying about it. The next caller's Daddy Delicious. We probably don't see eye to eye on a lot, but I don't think he hates me.
No. No, he sounds like a legitimate fan.
Like
he seems
there's
like nice.
There's a mutual respect there. Well, he says some
he
effed up stuff.
He respectfully disagrees with you, Buzz.
Yeah. But I have to point out when he's wrong, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
got to.
Yo, morning show.
Yes, Daddy D.
Buzz, I gotta say, I find it ironic. The guy who considers himself the El Paso dude, a la Big Lebowski, and you're giving Nico a hard time, and he's actually sort of embodying the dude, wearing the flip-flop, being casual. I find that ironic. All right, have a good day, morning show.
Nico abides. All right.
I've never I love Big Lebowski as a movie. I quote it all the time, but I don't think I've ever said that I'm a self-styled dude.
Maybe when you promote your path of least resistance philosophy.
That's true.
That's a dude thing.
Yeah, probably. But I believe in wearing clothes that are appropriate for the setting. And
if I was on TV, I would not wear any flip-flops. But we're on radio.
But they don't let you on TV.
No. They might.
How can I put this?
You can't put it anyway because our boss, Brad, wears flip-flops all the time. So you can't.
He's the boss.
He does. And believe me, I've spoken to him about it many, many times.
You've spoken to him about what? It doesn't affect anything.
I don't want to see his nasty
toes out.
You guys all have nasty toes. There's probably a man out there somewhere in the world with pretty feet. Why? I've yet to see them.
I guarantee you, you don't even look at my toes. You can't even see them right now.
No, don't give anybody.
You can't even
ideas.
see them. Oh, look, they look fine.
We need to see your feet, guys. Yeah. Send him pictures of your feet so Buzz can find some pretty male feet to look at.
We can rate them like on OnlyFans.
Exactly. That's on the
Hey,
Patreon.
Buzz, I know how much you hate Trump, but have you seen that Breaking 50 episode on YouTube with Trump and Bryson DeChambeau? It's really good, man. I bet Trump could take you one-on-one. Check it out.
Yeah, Trump's a great golfer.
I've seen his swing before. It's fundamentally a good swing. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, he says he's a good golfer.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's pretty easy to win a club championship when you own the club.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. When you look at the video, you watch his video, like he hits that first shot, he hits it. I think it's like 220, and it's like he's pretty old. He's hitting it 220. He's hitting the fairway. I mean, he's hitting the greens. It's like
it's a lot of form right there.
I don't know. Would I go out? You know what? I'll grant you this. I believe Bryson DeChambeau could probably beat me.
Oh, for sure.
I won't watch that live stuff, man. That live golf.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, you're protesting?
Yes. First of all,
they wear shorts.
That's part of it. It's not professional. They wear shorts while they're playing golf.
And you need to wear pants when you wear golf.
You need to wear long pants and a collared shirt.
Yes.
I thought you could wear shorts.
Of course, you could probably wear whatever you want.
Not on the PGA Tour.
There's no way that the shorts or the pants make a difference to the gameplay.
Also, all of this is propaganda for Saudi Arabia. What do they call it? So there's a term for
Sportsaganda.
Sportsganda.
They're the best.
Hey, ignore all these human rights abuses. Ignore the fact that on the orders of our prince, an American journalist was chopped up and smuggled out of an embassy in a trash bag.
We deny any of these accusations.
Yeah. So, and also the televised version of it, if it's in the United States, there are crowds out there.
Right.
Sometimes they have it in Abu Dhabi or someplace.
There's nobody.
And there's nobody there. Also, they have some kind of little team contest going on that
That's like a Ryder Cup or what?
I don't know. It's just like some of the golfers are on a team and they keep trying to get you emotionally invested in that. The picture's not great. They air it every week, and I can't, it's a fuzzy picture for one thing. But could Trump beat me? Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
Let's set it up.
I mean, they're probably 75. What is he, 77? No, I think I would just overwhelm him like on driving. If you're saying he hits at 220,
yeah.
No, I think I'd just be a lot closer.
But Buzz is a very good golfer. I have actually gotten to see it.
What's your favorite golf course here?
My favorite golf course?
Painted Dunes, of course.
Oh, yeah. Well, they sponsor us.
Okay, never mind then.
Are you saying other than Painted
Other
Dunes? Probably El Paso or Coronado Country Club. You go. They're always in pretty much pristine condition. Do you want to know what it is to join? Just to join at
Coronado?
At El Paso. No, Coronado's a little more reasonable. 20,000 off the top. No, 20,000 for your initial membership.
Okay.
Then every month, I was a member out there for about 6 years.
Nice.
It's well over $1,000.
And then if you leave, do you get all that 20 back?
You do not.
What?
Like if
it's
you're
not
like,
a deposit?
You're like, hey, the COVID's on, and I think I'm going to kind of like lapse my membership, and it's like
they still charge during COVID.
Yeah, I think so. But it was like $20,000. And it's like, and that's a one-time. No, and then on top of that, whatever monthly, and if you eat at the restaurant, that gets added on.
Wow.
Yeah, it's.
I remember
cost prohibitive for me.
I remember one time, Nico. Remember that one time you tried to put on a show at the Coronado Country Club.
Yeah, I did.
And
tried to put on a show at the Coronado Country Club.
No,
it was on. It was
a corporate event. I got hired for a private event.
Oh, okay. And they had it at Coronado Country Club.
Yes. That's the one you're talking about, right?
No, I remember going to one. It was like you asked me to come up, and when I got there, something happened.
What, you got turned away because you look suspicious?
Yeah, but they paid for my dinner. Nice. They gave me a free dinner voucher. They were like, "We're sorry, sir."
But don't come in.
Are you sure that was me?
Yeah.
Oh, it had to be that private event then.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have gotten a free food voucher if it wasn't part of the event. Hey, Big Daddy D just called back and let us know his response to what you just said.
Oh, well, let me hear that then.
That was fast.
Why don't you, can I just say, before you play that, you call in, we could have a conversation. Now, I know that some of these people, not Daddy D, I'm not talking about him, but some of these people just like to sit back and snipe from their security, like Cucker, for instance. Cucker calls in and makes all kinds of challenges and talks all kinds of trash, but he'll never call in
Tell
and
him to
talk.
call in. Tell him to call in.
Right. I'm
Call
not
in.
saying meet face to face. Call in and talk to me. And much fear I feel in this one.
Well, I think the neckline is a really good resource for people that do feel shy and maybe don't want to.
Yeah, but when you come on and you're talking all kinds of mad about whatever it is, or challenging the veracity of what I've said, say it to me direct. Let me respond to you.
Hey, Steven, the food at the Corn Island Country Club was pretty good, right?
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, I remember that.
Salmon. It was
Yeah, I
awesome.
do remember that. Yeah, that was a private event. That was a good one.
All right, play Daddy D.
Hey, Buzz, how's it going?
That's
just to let
Padilla.
you know, we don't hate you. We just have different political viewpoints. Still love the show. Besides when you talk politics against Trump. All right, thanks.
No, that was Padilla.
My bad. But I guess he was responding for himself.
Padilla
and
keeps
Daddy
it
D.
pretty respectful. Every now and then he'll say something that's a little aggressive, but here's the thing. We all have completely different life experiences.
Right.
Yep. And the way that you might feel about something is the way that I might have felt about it 10 years ago.
Right.
But I'm at a different point in my life. You're at a certain point in your life. Trump definitely wants to be a dictator. I'm just trying to help as many people see that as I possibly can.
Right.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of the stuff, and it causes me pain that I don't think I fundamentally disagree that much on a lot of stuff.
Right.
You got anything else?
Somebody wants to talk about golf and Trump and
and how I would fare against Trump in golf.
Not necessarily.
Well, I think Buzz had a good idea on the commercial.
President Trump is probably closer to a more true layperson type of golfer than the current guys you see on the PGA Tour today. My God, you watch these guys on TV, they all look the same. You can't distinguish one from the other. Back in the day, we had Craig Stadler, the Walrus, Lee Trevino, Chichi Rodriguez.
Lee Trevino?
We had colorful guys. President Trump is a throwback.
Now, as far as any challenge goes, I have to say he gets a lot more practice than I do. I mean, do you realize how time-consuming it is to have a radio show?
Right.
It's not like being president where you can go golfing every single day.
Yeah.
Especially after when you were campaigning for that job, you kept criticizing Obama for how much he played golf.
Right.
Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
He's always playing golf. That dude was on the golf course more than Dwight Eisenhower.
Oh, my
so
God.
now I have responsibilities. I have a radio show to do. It's very time consuming. I can't just go out and golf every day like certain people.
Yeah. This other person says he enjoys us talking about comedians that people don't get to hear a lot about.
Good morning, guys. I'm a huge comedy fan, and I'm happy that you guys bring up Freddie Soto. A lot of people don't talk about him as much as they should. It's crazy how he inspired so many LA comics.
Who's he talking
about? I know.
Start it over again?
Wait. You spoke just as he was saying, who is he talking about?
When you talk through it cancels
it cuts our audio. He's talking about somebody, probably Freddie Soto.
Freddie Soto.
It's got to be Freddie Soto.
Good morning, guys. I'm a huge comedy fan, and I'm happy that you guys bring up Freddie Soto. A lot of people don't talk about him as much as they should. It's crazy how he inspired so many LA comics to talk about their family and their dads. If you listen to Everybody Loves That Guy now, but Bobby Lee talks about him too, and crazy how Bobby Lee started talking about his dad as well. So shout out to the GOAT, rest in peace.
GOAT.
You guys have a good day.
Yeah. No, Freddie I love Freddie.
Yeah,
Did you ever? You never got to know Freddie?
No.
He was a fantastic dude.
I'm super happy that Robert Hulgeen asked me to be a part of that documentary he did about him.
About Freddie.
Yeah, because I got to meet Freddie's family at the premiere, and that was it was unbelievable. Because Freddie really was such an inspiration to so many comics, including myself.
And he was real loyal to El Paso.
Yeah.
Well, and on I don't know if you guys listen, but the Comedy Store podcast, they reference him all the time.
Oh yeah, he was really
Johnny Sanchez, and I forgot the host's name, but they go in depth one episode about an hour just about talking about Freddie and.
Oh, that's bad.
Here's Puppet calling. Hi, Puppet.
Hey, fellas. Good morning. How are you all doing?
Good morning, Puppet. Remind me, are you in Las Cruces?
I'm on my way to Las Cruces. Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's correct.
All right, very good. What's up, Puppet?
Hey, listen, real quick. Did you ever get an answer? Did you get a response to your question about what Trump meant when he said that if you just voted for him, when he told the Christians, you just voted for him this one time,
you'll never have to vote again.
Yeah. So I said, in fact, Daddy Delicious, another one of the regular callers, called in and gave a very tepid, in fact, it even sounded like, and we talked about this, Daddy D found it pretty hard to believe. I mean, and then, what's her name? Laura Ingraham interviewed Trump, and she's like, people are saying ridiculous things like you want to do away with voting. And she asked the question, almost leading him by the hand. And he says, you won't have to vote again. he just sticks to his guns, and these Fox News hosts always try and throw him a lifeline,
right?
Or something. And every time he just doubles down on the dictator talk.
Oh, yeah.
So, nobody gave me a good explanation. Trump tried to explain it by saying, I swear to God, this is what he eventually told Laura Ingraham. For some reason, Christians don't vote. They're not big voters. Also, gun owners, not big voters. Which, first of all, dude, what are you talking about? So he said, I just told him, since you all don't like to vote, Christians are one of the most reliable voting bloc.
Oh, 100%.
And gun owners, I would assume.
More reliable.
I mean, as into their guns as they are, I would think they at least get out and vote every couple of years.
Who's giving him this information?
So I don't know where Trump is getting this information, but that was I was only telling these people that don't like to vote that you only have to do it one more time. You never have to worry about it again after that.
Wow, we are actually getting a call on our VIP line.
Oh, we are?
I think somebody might be here to respond to that.
Can you Puppet, can you hold on a second, Puppet?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let me hear from the VIP line.
Good morning, El Paso. This is Donald J. Trump calling into the neckline, and you're listening to the best morning show of the Southwest. And yes, I'm talking about the Buzz Adams Morning Show 95.5. That should be a commercial, shouldn't it? That was a very good intro. It should air more than the Speaking Rock commercials we're all forced to hear.
Okay, dude, don't go after Speaking Rock.
A lot of criticism is going around the media about the comment I made to my fellow Christians whom I love so much, my fellow followers of Christ, when I said that this is the last time you will ever vote. It's because you are all very old, and I mean Joe Biden old. So it may be the last time you'll ever get to vote. And why not vote for me?
All right. I think maybe that answered your question, Puppet. All right. Thanks for the call, man. Have a great one. We'll see you. Let's take a break.
I was such a fan of the show.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Can you believe it?
Big fan.
Nico, let's take a break. You're going to have news headlines when we come back.
I am.
Artist interviews, new music discoveries, celebrating artists' birthdays, commemorating releases, champion of all things rock.
New coffee from Whataburger. Just like you like it.
Oh, guess who this is?
Buzz Adams and the KLAQ Morning Show.
You must be the greatest radio show host ever.
Buzz is back.
Good morning. This is your wake-up call.
All right, people.
Woo!
How long till we get this thing started?
Nico is prepared and ready to bring us today's top stories in the news. Time for news headlines with Nico and Jimmy. Good morning, Nico.
Good morning, Buzz. Good morning out there, Coach. Good morning.
Stephen
Puga.
Good morning.
All right. It was a tense day on Capitol Hill yesterday as the new acting director of the Secret Service testified before the Senate Judiciary and Homeland Security Committees. Ronald Rao Jr. was grilled by multiple senators about the agency's actions during the July 13th attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. And several of Rao's answers didn't go over well with the senators. Here he is testifying before the Judiciary and Homeland Security committees and getting some harsh words from Senator Josh Hawley.
Real alpha male.
Is it not prima facie that somebody has failed? A former president was shot.
Sir, this could have been our Texas school book depository. I have lost sleep over that for the last 17 days,
Then
just like
fire
you have.
somebody to
And I will
hold
tell
them
you,
accountable.
Senator. I will tell you, Senator.
Didn't they basically fire the previous leader of or head of the Secret Service?
Yeah, this is just acting. And she resigned.
Yeah, she quit.
Resigned under mounting pressure.
Right.
I just want to tell you, some of these guys, they come off as so tough in these things, like Josh Hall, and they're not. Ted Cruz is just a big giant puss.
Yeah, Ted Cruz is the worst one.
Right.
Ted Cruz is the worst.
So, whatever the topic is, a lot of times it seems like I'm going to be a complete prick to this person, and that is going to play well back in my district.
Well, I think we've talked about this
whatever.
last week and before about the kind of performative aspect.
It's very performative. It's very pretend macho, is what I would call it.
We already talked about this when they were grilling the last Secret Service director about how performative that was, and she resigned.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they have to do it
to the
again.
next guy in line. I mean, he just kind of inherited this whole mess. So who else are we going to hear from?
Lindsey Graham, the top Republican on the Judiciary Committee, said that if something similar happened in the military, a lot of people would be fired. And if a lot of people are not fired, the system failed yet again. Well,
what does getting fired from the military entail?
They
discharge?
Yeah, they discharge you. Maybe even dishonorably. Maybe.
I mean, were you in the Army, Alberto?
I had my. I'm just kidding.
No, he was dishonorable.
But I had a cousin. I have a cousin who was in the Army, and when I lived in Houston, my ex's cousin, he was like recently discharged.
All right, so you knew
from the
people who
Army.
were in the Army.
Yes, and he was dishonorably discharged from the Army, so I know what the process is like.
Well, what for?
He was an MP, right? Yeah. And I believe they had a 3-day break, and he was an abuser of alcohol. So he was an alcoholic. And so he got really drunk the entire weekend, and then wakes up the day before he's supposed to go back into, duty. And he's like, I need to cut my hair. So he just wakes up drunk, gets in his car, and drunk drives, gets in an accident. And then they pretend like nothing happened. And then eventually they bring him into an office, and they're like, yeah, man, we're letting you go. And they discharge him dishonorably.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he was really bummed about
Well, in response to Lindsey Graham, Ronald Rowe testified that there needs to be proper investigations.
And I will do so with integrity and not rush to judgment and put people unfairly persecuted.
Unfairly persecuted?
Unfairly, sir. We have to be able to have a proper investigation into this, Senator.
Yeah, so Josh Hawley just likes to yell and say, fire people, but wouldn't you want to make sure you're firing the right people? Or is he just saying randomly, like the Romans used to do, fire 1 out of every 10 employees? This is what happens when a guy who's not a tough guy tries to act like a tough guy. That describes Josh Hawley perfectly. And also his little skippy run as the Capitol was under siege. You remember that? He was holding his papers daintily and skip running to get away from the mob of people howling for Mike Pence's blood.
Oh, wow.
All right, moving on. The House of Representatives Chief Administrative Officer Catherine Spitzdor announced in an internal notice yesterday that the House will block and remove all ByteDance apps from House-managed devices. TikTok has already been banned since December of 2022, but the new ban will prohibit the use of CapCut, Hypic, Lark, and Lemonade.
You're making just stuff up now. Yeah. This is just to test how out of touch I am. You're making up a bunch of things that don't exist, right?
No, CapCut, I use a lot. I use CapCut.
CapCut, Harp.
What are you cutting?
Video. It's for video editing.
Okay.
Hypic,
never heard of
Lark, and Lemonade.
Don't believe the Hypic.
Lemonade?
Lemonade. Mobile apps will be removed first, then desktop and web versions afterwards. A bill signed into law by President Joe Biden gives ByteDance until just after Election Day in November to sell the app or be banned in the U.S., which is convenient for the candidates on the ballot. Both Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump have accounts on their platforms.
Trump is saying he's going to save TikTok now. Remember, he was talking about the first time I heard about TikTok really was when Trump was saying they're going to get rid of it. But if for whatever reason he's changed his mind, he loves TikTok now.
TikTok is good.
I'm staying off TikTok to stay away from spoilers for Deadpool.
Yeah.
Haven't seen
Well,
it.
then don't talk to Buzz for a little bit.
Oh, dude, you're never going to believe.
Buzz, unload on him right now on the break.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, man.
Well, a momentous end to a historic device. The last national security payload to be carried by an Atlas V rocket lifted off yesterday, carrying a U.S. Space Force satellite. The launch was the 100th national security flight by United Launch Alliance, a partnership between Boeing and Lockheed Martin. Space Force said in I can't say that seriously.
Space Force, because they did that comedy about it.
Yes.
It's just Space Force.
Steve Carell and Space Force said in a statement late yesterday that the payload of the rocket was placed into orbit around 7 hours after liftoff. While no details were given, United Launch Alliance Manager of Government and Commercial Programs, Gary Wentz, said it's one of the most critical payloads we have ever put up to date. We can't talk about it, but it's definitely critical to the defense of our nation. Why even mention any of it? Do you think they're going to bring back those astronauts they sent up to the... They're still there.
Stuck, no? I believe one is stuck in space.
I think there's more than one. It's all of them that went up on the Boeing craft, right?
Yes.
We should just...
well, it's a Boeing job, so just wait till the doors fall off. And then come back to those.
Well, the United States is now the first country in history, I
hope it's good,
to win more than 3,000 Olympic medals.
What? Whoa. Like in the history of the Olympics, we won 3,000 of them?
Yep. Team USA had 2,975 heading into the Paris Olympics. Yesterday, the team earned its 26th medal of the year, pushing them to a record-breaking 3,001 Olympic placements.
Nice.
So far, the U.S. has won 4 gold, 11 silver, and 11 bronze medals with 12 days left to go until the games end on August 11th.
I never got around to this, so if Kaplowitz comes back in, I think there should be a scoring system because everybody wants to know, well, who won the Olympics?
Well, I thought that's how it worked. Whoever had the most medals won the Olympics.
Yeah, but is it the most medals or it should be...
Buzz is saying that gold, like even if you won a bunch of medals, that they shouldn't matter if they're silver or bronze.
They should matter.
That if you get gold, those are the only ones that should have one.
I thought it was total number of medals, whether they're gold, silver, or bronze.
That's what I think.
So if you're the person who has that many, if you're the country that has more medals, of course you want it that way. But if you're the country that has more gold, I think it should be weighted scoring. So a bronze medal ought to be 1 point for your country.
That's a great idea, Buzz.
A silver, 2 points. And a gold, 5 points. Because nobody says, go for the bronze. They say, go for the gold.
Right.
Right? So a gold
gold
is 5 points. But if you get a bronze, listen, that 1 point difference could make a big deal. Right now, Japan, I think, is in the lead as far as gold medals go.
Yesterday, you said the words, and I will quote you, if I dropped a bronze medal, I wouldn't even bend down to pick it up.
Incorrect. That's not what I said. I said if I saw a bronze medal laying on the street, I wouldn't even bother to bend over and pick it up. And I was being hyperbolic, of course.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. On the heels of his split from Brittany Cartwright, Jax Taylor has checked into an inpatient facility for mental health treatment. A representative for the Valley Star says Jax has always been candid about his mental health struggles, especially during the past few months on his podcast.
Now, wait a minute. Who are these people?
Yeah,
you're saying it as if I know who this is.
Jax Taylor is a podcast host.
Jax Taylor?
And to be honest, I thought he was a football player.
No.
I've never heard of a football
Okay.
player.
Jax Taylor, no.
Lawrence Taylor?
No, I've never seen this man.
Well, then I rescind the entire story.
Right.
The tallest and stinkiest plant in existence has bloomed again.
The corpse flower.
At Washington State University's Vancouver campus. The corpse flower gets its name from the stench of rotting flesh it emits when it blooms. Only a few dozen are growing in captivity in the U.S. And over the weekend, the plant produced a 5-foot, 5-inch tall bloom.
Okay, so it's supposed to be disgusting, and it smells like rotting flesh.
Well, as somebody who used to work at a funeral home, I do not want
a corpse flower anywhere.
Do you think it's a pretty flower or an ugly
I've seen
flower?
them. They're huge, and they are kind of pretty. Anyway.
I'm noticing a little phallic almost. That's the corpse flower. That smells so bad.
Isn't it huge, though? That's gigantic. And then I guess flies are attracted to the rotting flesh smell.
And then that's why the plant produces that, so and it eats the fly.
And it eats the flies.
So it's like a Venus flytrap on top of everything else?
Kind of.
It's leveled up.
It's only supposed to bloom once every 4 to 6 years, but this is the 3rd year in a row that this particular corpse flower is blooming. Experts think that it's
global warming.
An overwatering accident that actually caused the plant to clone itself.
Whoa. Nice. clone itself, so now it's two?
I guess so.
Nice.
I don't know how the plant cloning works
He
exactly.
spawned a twin. He's like,
I'm expecting this plant to start singing, "Feed me Seymour, feed me all night long."
Is this the only one in where it's at, or is there more?
That's
of them,
the only one where it's out. There's only about 11 in captivity.
Okay.
In the United
world.
States.
Oh, in the United States.
Well, they don't grow really well when you try and grow them in a greenhouse or when you try and grow them on a farm.
They're different colors.
Yeah, that one's purple.
Yeah.
Looks like something out of Willy Wonka, kind of.
Yeah.
It kind of does.
If somebody said,
it's very telling that you saw a penis when you looked at it. That's like Freud would have a field day with you.
That's phallic. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Okay, but if I was someplace and they're like, behind these doors is a corpse flower and it smells terrible.
Right.
I'd have to go in and take a whiff. Curiosity would
Just
get the better of
you.
me. Yeah. Wouldn't it for you as well?
Absolutely.
We're going to have more coming up from Nico with news. We'll continue with that shortly, but this is the last day of the month of July, or July Iron Maiden, if you prefer. This is our last day of July. August begins tomorrow. July was an eventful week. Think of all the things that happened. The beginning of this month, we thought one dude was running for president. Now it's somebody else.
Now it's some other dude.
Now it's not even
Totally
a dude.
different gender.
It's somebody completely different. Think of everything that went on in July.
Goodbye, July. Trump dodged a bullet. His ear is fine. Biden's out. We're down to one old guy. Speaking of old guys, Newhart died. Who's the geek at CrowdStrike? Who canceled my Delta flight? No open seating at Southwest Airlines. Snoop with a torch. No weed in sight. Did the Olympics mock Jesus Christ? And cat ladies want to scratch out J.D. Vance's eyes. So goodbye, except to the Olympics on day and night. I'm getting French fried. Goodbye, July.
Hey, it's Double G. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
Requires eligible plan coverage and other restrictions apply. Visit att.com/one network for details.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
Hey, it's Chuck, your host for Live Right Nights. Tonight at 7, we will rock.
Tomorrow begins August and also August. So listen every day, every weekday, Monday through Friday. We'll have a ghost song of the day, and we have a great prize. It's an autograph by Tobias Forge. It's an autographed Phantom guitar by Hagstrom, and it comes with the full-on heavy-duty Hag case. Without the signature, it's an over $2,000 value. That's awesome. Plus, it's signed by Papa Emeritus Tobias Forge. Starting tomorrow, twice during the morning show, we'll tell you what the ghost song of the day is going to be, let you know what hour it's going to be played in. Now, when you hear the ghost song of the day starting tomorrow, you want to be caller 31. As soon as you hear the show come on, you want to use that studio line when you do. 915-910-4995. That's 910-4995, the studio line for KLAQ. If you're the correct caller, you win the new Ghost movie soundtrack right here, right now.
Hey, look at that.
Pardon?
Hey, look at that.
And the grand prize, so I'm counting up the weekdays here. We're going to have 22 qualifiers. We'll do a drawing for the winner, so you get a 1 in 22 chance of winning this great autograph guitar. Mm-hmm. Suitable for framing or hang, or you could play it. What I find is eventually, if you play one of these autograph guitars,
the autograph comes off.
Right, because a lot of times they sign it right on the part where your arm kind of brushes against it. That begins tomorrow. I also want to take a moment to talk about a free concert. We put the free in Freedom Crossing at Fort Bliss. Puddle of Mud with special guest Adelita's Way.
Hey!
Yeah.
KLAQ is going to be there early, starting at 6 o'clock. Music starts at 7. The show is free. But because you got to go on base.
Are you a fan of Puddle of Mud?
Yeah, Puddle of Mud definitely had some bangers from the early 2000s.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
She hates me. Hates me. Now, the show is free, but attendees will have to get a gate access pass at the Buffalo Soldier Gate. Either at the Buffalo Soldier Gate, Airway Boulevard, Airport Road, or go online to Freedom Crossing. That's Freedom Crossing at fortbliss.com, and you can get your gate access pass that way. Government-issued ID required for entry. I don't know if that just goes for the driver of the car or every single person.
I think
in the
it's
car.
everyone. They ask for
everybody in the
everybody's
car.
ID, yeah.
What if it's a kid?
Well, I guess they let you in, but
well, they
Bring
don't,
your kid's ID.
Kids don't have ID.
They don't?
I didn't get an ID till I was like 16.
It's kind of a rigmarole, but of course, it's in the interest of security. You got to have a government-issued ID. For entry, passes can be acquired any day before the concert. And it is this Saturday. Come out and join us. See live music for free at Freedom Crossing, Puddle of Mud, and special guest Adelita's Way.
That's awesome.
Somebody called in about the corpse flower. And this is blooming in, where did you say it is? People are gathering to
It's
see
the
it?
University of Washington in Vancouver.
Oh, okay. I guess I heard Washington and thought it was in our nation's
So
capital.
from what I've been reading, you can't really private individuals don't really own any of these corpse flowers. Like it's mostly
Really?
universities or what are they called? Gardariums, herbariums,
Arboreums. Okay. I don't have that. I can't find that call just because there's so many up
You
here.
want me to play it?
Yeah, do you have it? Go ahead.
Yes, I was calling about that corpse flower. Are people dying to get it? And if so, how much does it cost? Does it cost an arm and a leg?
Thank you for that.
This guy stole all my jokes.
Yeah, that's God damn.
It's back to news headlines.
Also, Noah in our app chat is asking, is the corpse flower that plant Mr. Wilson had in Dennis the Menace? No, the plant Mr. Wilson has in Dennis the Menace is the 40-year orchid that blooms once in its life for 5 seconds.
What? Is that true? Or is that just in
It's just for the movie.
Oh, okay.
But Mr. Wilson has a whole party at his house and like a bunch of people waiting for the flower to bloom. And Dennis yells, "Your house just got robbed," right as it blooms. And everybody turns away and Mr. Wilson is devastated.
I never saw that. I know Walter
Matthau.
Yeah,
Great.
he's great, of course. Who played Dennis?
That's a good question.
Was it
Let me find out.
Macaulay? I mean, who
He looked like, no, it's not Macaulay.
Right.
Macaulay Culkin.
Well, he's a blonde little kid.
Yeah, right.
Let's see.
Who played Richie Rich?
Mason Gamble played Dennis the Menace.
Okay.
All right. Let's get back into the news. There's only a couple of stories left.
Sure.
Boar's Head is expanding its recall of deli meats linked to a listeria outbreak, and it includes another 3,500 tons of poultry products and ready-to-eat meat. That's in addition to the 100 tons recalled last week. At least 34 people have been sick in 13 states, including 2 deaths. Signs of a listeria infection include fever, headache, nausea, and muscle aches. The recall includes 71 products that were made between May 10th and July 29th, with sell-by dates ranging from July 29th to October 17th. Some stores like Harris Teeter and Stop & Shop have closed their deli counters to deep clean and sanitize everything. And in some local news, how about that?
Sure. If you need me to fill out this segment, there's some pretty big stories we haven't mentioned, I guess. But go ahead. Go ahead with what you have. I thought maybe you were running out of stories.
No, I'm just trying to get into the local ones are in different tabs than the...
Got it. Not a problem.
El Pasoans are showing a strong support for a downtown deck plaza project.
They are?
Yes. The Downtown Deck Plaza Foundation released a study in support of its plans to revitalize downtown El Paso, which would see something similar to a park in the areas above I-10. We can finally be a city that says, hey, you're part of something bigger.
Yeah, so they got a couple of these in Dallas. A couple of different ones in Dallas. So basically what you would do, when you're going through, it's almost like a tunnel because there's so many downtown bridges and you're on I-10. Cover that all over. So the cars are going, and then above that is like a commons.
Like in between the bridges that connect downtown that you go across to go over I-10 to get downtown, they would just fill in that space with park area.
So does that mean like Kansas Street and
the
Santa Fe and
the
all
area above the freeway? The streets would still go through them. I mean, assuming.
Well, the area, okay. The streets would still go through that area because I thought it was like enough for an outdoor venue for
That's
events.
what it is. So residents.
I think they might have it in Phoenix. When you drive through Phoenix on I-10, you go through a tunnel that's like 2 miles long.
Yeah.
I don't know what's on top of that, but I feel like maybe they've got this decking layout that you're describing going on.
And that's exactly
all I know
what
is
they're
that
talking
tunnel
about.
is the only place that wasn't 250 degrees in Phoenix.
Residents who attended a public meeting about this were seemingly largely in support of the ideas. Quote, a multi-sports deck, the sports center portion of it was really cool. The study's director, Joaquin Rodriguez, shared some feedback. One of the people there really focused on large multi-purpose outdoor event spaces that could be used for concerts, farmers markets, and things like that. A lot of residents seem to agree. I really like how much shade they're providing in all the drawings so far. We heard so much about shade throughout the engagement process. The field house would provide an opportunity year-round outdoor recreation in a shaded and conditioned environment.
So that stretch of I-10 would then become essentially a tunnel. It would be enclosed on, all sides except the entrance and exit.
Yes, exactly. Rodriguez said the project would cost roughly $207 million, including costs for 8.5 acres of public land.
It would wreak havoc with traffic too. I'm just letting you know.
No.
They did a big downtown project a few years ago.
Oh, the construction would.
The construction of this thing would definitely mess with traffic for at least a year or two.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think that sounds really cool. I don't know.
I got to see a picture of it.
Right. I was trying to look up the ones they have in Dallas. It's basically almost like a park, except it's right above I-10.
Like you couldn't tell there was a freeway beneath it, basically.
I haven't been there in person.
No.
I was trying to get you a picture so you got some kind of idea.
Is
there another name for it? If I look up sports deck, too many things.
Why don't you look up the Downtown Deck Plaza Foundation?
Downtown Deck Plaza. All right.
There you go.
Oh man.
Well, what's interesting? The
pictures are so small.
What's interesting is that some of the concerns were, are we really going to get this built?
Right. Or is it going to be like the arena. Downtown multi-purpose arena?
Yes.
Right. Is this just a bunch of talk? So I guess like this would be the area. Traffic's going under there. Yeah, they still got the through streets going through, but
hypothetically speaking, it would work. I mean,
look into that.
Because you're not taking, you're adding. You would just really mess up traffic forever. And that's the thing that I don't think that the city's ready for, and it's frustrating when you see construction is it doesn't move fast enough. And so when you shut down major
I don't think they could
like that, it's not gonna.
I don't think they could shut down the whole freeway at once, but it would be a mess for a while.
It would be a logistical challenge.
Yeah,
for sure.
So the $207 million price tag is what people are concerned about. Remember, Oscar Leeser, our mayor, told us that the cost of what some of these things that are being proposed ends up being way more.
Hello, morning.
Oops, sorry.
I saw you just lean on your computer, and then it just happened.
I just nudged it, and then Big Daddy Delicious came on.
And in another story, a crime story from this weekend that is just shocking in El Paso. A man knocked on a door in East El Paso and asked for someone named Captain. When the person who opened the door said there was nobody by that name, the man started stabbing him repeatedly.
Oh, yeah, I did see this.
Captain Crime.
The neighbors caught the guy.
The neighbors caught the guy and had him pinned down to the ground.
Apparently, he took a beating too. Did the guy live? The guy who got stabbed?
Yeah, he's fine.
Yes.
Well, I don't know about fine.
Well, he's not fine, but he lived.
He survived. Okay, well, thank God.
Okay, so here is the preliminary information. A man named Perez knocked at the door of a residence on Tierra Leona Street. No one answered, and the residents let him walk away. A short time later, this man just came back, knocked again. When people answered, he requested to speak to someone named the captain. When they said nobody by that name lives here, he asked the niece who was there to translate because he only spoke Spanish. But before the niece could start, he started to stab the victim several times.
And the victim was not the niece. It was
a man.
It was a man.
Yes.
Oh.
He got a knife from his hoodie pocket and started stabbing him. The victim wrestled Perez, and with the help of other people. So while being stabbed, the other man still wrestled into the ground.
Well, what are you going to do, right?
All of it was captured on doorbell. The victim and Perez were taken to the hospital. The victim is receiving non-life-threatening care for injuries. For non-life-threatening injuries.
The perpetrator got pretty roughed up. They said that he.
Yes.
Yeah, his mugshot is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to take a break. Do you want to hear a couple of takes on the Deck Plaza?
Yes.
That they're talking about for downtown El Paso.
Oh, man, that is a really great idea for downtown, the sports deck. Oh, man, whoever came up with that, they need a feather in their cap for sure. Hey, but here's a good idea. How about fix the potholed streets that are all over central El Paso? The central area of El Paso, up Dyer, and then those side streets on Pollard and Hamilton and Idalia, and all those streets in that neighborhood are horrendous. Emphasis on the whore. You know, come on, man. We're wasting more money on downtown. Are you kidding me? The rest of the city is falling apart. Get it together there, downtown leaders, El Paso leaders.
So I honestly only listened to the first 10 seconds and I thought, oh, this guy really
likes it. He was being sarcastic the whole time.
I know sarcasm.
Hey, once again, it's me. Just calling to let you know that it's my pup.
Okay. Let's see. Here's another call.
Oh, hell no. No. No more construction in downtown or it gets near the freeways. Nothing. No. Those people who voted for it, they must not live here in El Paso. No. Nope. Get that crazy idea out of the head. Please. No more construction.
Okay.
I don't think...
It was a real headache if you worked downtown when they were doing a lot of that construction.
I don't think that there was any vote on this. This was just an information meeting and to discuss it. Yeah. But I will say, so we had to drive to Las Cruces for the Double Eagle lunch on Monday. I refuse to go past Artcraft anymore.
Oh, what is going on? Every single day on I-10, once you get to like the crossroads exit of Mesa,
forget it.
It's just gridlock. I don't know what's going on. There's never an accident.
No, it's
there's
construction.
There's some construction. They removed the Thorn Bridge for one thing,
and then they've limited the lanes, I think.
Yeah, that's fine, but the traffic stops. It goes from like 4 lanes to 3 lanes, and for some reason and then. If you want to hear somebody bitch about traffic, just push my button and I'm ready to go. On Mesa on the west side, they ship parts of these gigantic windmills. You know, the wings on these things look like an airplane wing.
Yeah, the blades.
The blades, yeah.
Windmills.
You know, those gigantic ones that you see.
Yeah.
Every so often, traffic is effectively shut down for 30 or 45 minutes because they're bringing these on the back of these big semi-trucks, and they make a turn, and while you're doing that, no traffic in any direction goes because they're directing to get these parts for the windmill. It happens frequently enough that I'm pissed off about it. Right. And then once you get the last one of these propellers through, whatever the hell it's, what did you call it?
It's a blade.
Yeah, for a giant windmill. The traffic is so congested, it takes you 6 more turns before you even get through the light that you've already been waiting at for 30 minutes, man. There's got to be a better way. they'd say the company's in Santa Teresa. Take the Pete Domenici Highway, for God's sake. Do something other than bringing it right down Mesa Street.
The worst.
Rant over.
Let's take a break.
All right. Thank you so much for having me, Buzz.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, don't forget NEEP. Northeast
NEEP Collective.
NEEP
tonight.
Collective comedy at the food trucks.
And August 10th is my first showcase. Tickets are on sale now on my Instagram at Puga20. Seats are limited, so get your tickets now, everyone.
All right. Thanks, Stephen. Stephen Puga. Let's take a break. We'll come back, and we have more of the Buzz Adams Morning Show. The whole 9 o'clock hour still ahead right after this.
Double G here. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show at 10, featured double shots throughout the day. It's twice the listening pleasure from your favorite artists. 2 for Tuesday. It's another way 95.5 KLAQ keeps you rocking on the job.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5.
Leases 36 months with 0 security deposit. Lease disposition fee of $495. Must finance through HMF on approved credit. Expires 7/31/24.
Local and loco.
Don't you know I'm loco?
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, 95.5 KLAQ.
All right.
Wow.
Sports Hall of Famer Steve Kaplowitz will be coming by from our partner station, 600 ESPN, to talk sports and Olympics. And
I would say he's a Buzz Adams Morning Show Hall of Famer as well.
Explain that to me.
His jersey's in the rafters.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, as a former member of the...
Well, they have a real literal El Paso Sports Hall of Fame, and
you don't have a Buzz
Steve's
Adams
in it.
Hall of Fame?
No.
People are so triggered by this I-10 conversation.
Oh, yeah. They hate it.
Hey, Cappy, you walked in right in the middle. We're talking about the Downtown Deck Plaza Foundation.
Have you heard about this?
I have not. First time.
Yes, you have. You've heard of it. Where they want to fill in the spaces
between the bridges over downtown and make that
turn
park
that into some kind of plaza or park or whatever.
Right. Oh, yeah, but they've been, I didn't realize that was the official name for it. They've been talking about that for years.
Wow, they just had a planning meeting yesterday where I guess people could come out, talk, and see some of what the proposals are.
Does it look good?
I think it looks good.
I'm just concerned about how disruptive that's going to be because it's going to take them who knows how long to build. Also, have they allocated proper funds? We're now hearing from Mayor Leeser that the whole pitch for the downtown multi-purpose arena
was never realistic.
Never had enough money to actually build the thing.
That's accurate. That's accurate.
That the initial quote for any of the construction costs or the budget, it ends up being twice as much.
So here's the deal, guys. Had they jumped on that immediately, like right after it passed, and let's just say they already had renditions, a spot picked, everything, and kind of like the baseball stadium. In other words, had they known where it was going to go, they might have been able to make it work. Probably not at budget, but it probably could have been closer to, let's say, 200 or 2.25. Like, it wouldn't have been that far off when it was all said and done. Okay,
they allotted like $175 million,
180.
180. Okay,
but by the time they actually started to discuss this and talk about a site and then put together the renditions and all that, by that time it had already jumped to well over 300 and was starting to close in on like the 350, 400 mark. So the issue, and by the way, it's funny because I've talked to some of the former members of city council, and some of them told me it was never a plan to build it right away. And I'm thinking, well, how did you only pass it for 180 then?
Right.
Like, how did you think that you were going to be able to get something like you wanted for such a low cost, given what, the price to build these things?
Out of the 180, I think about 130 is left. So they've burned through.
No, I think it's like
50.
I think it's like 150 or something like that.
But they've burned through tens of millions of dollars.
Well,
anyway.
I don't know if they've burned through it. From what I understand,
they've done
legal fees.
It was like legal fees, land acquisition, things like that. So,
they've never broken ground.
That's correct. That is correct.
Can we just move away from this outdated mentality from some of these people and just embrace progression?
Exactly.
I think building a new deck plaza would be a fantastic step forward. Construction and traffic disruptions are inevitable, but they're part of any growing city, and there's nothing we can do about it. And, I was disappointed when they killed the plans for the downtown arena. However, the development around the downtown ballpark,
it's awesome.
Such projects can, rejuvenate the area. Like if you look at that area, it's really nice. I think we should just continue to build and improve our city for the future. Enough with this outdated mentality already.
So he's saying do the deck, the I-10 deck project, and just bite the bullet and get it done.
Actually, that's interesting in our app chat. I'm not sure if it's the same person, but Shorty says the deck plaza is an awesome idea, enough with the old heads complaining about it. So I get it. So Steve probably knows better than
but
us,
I just did. We've already witnessed one major boondoggle here.
Are you talking about the arena?
The arena, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Again, we can call it boondoggle. We can call it whatever we want. Sadly, it looks like, in retrospect, 12 years later, that project was doomed from the start. And, again, you think about what we currently have, right? And I've said it for years. The problem is the city doesn't own and operate the Haskins Center. UTEP does, and the Texas system does. But, the arena's fine. What I would actually do, again, I've talked about this, I think, on your show before, but I would actually take seats out of the Haskins Center and then modernize it and upgrade it to make it filled with suites and club areas and bars and all that kind of stuff. And basically give it a brand new look where you could take a couple thousand seats out and add the club section and the suites and all that. The problem is the UTEP doesn't have the money for that. And where are they going to get that? Because the city can't raise money for it. The county can't raise money for it. Heck, look what happened with that. Look what just happened.
They charge a price for basketball tickets, right?
Yeah, but that's to try to make enough money to handle your basketball program and the budget. I mean, you got to understand this.
They don't clear enough to.
No, they're lucky
to
make. They're lucky to finish in the black every year in sports.
Well, every time people start talking about booths and boxes, I just want to make sure those are luxury things. So, like, the average taxpayer is going to get lucky to ever get in one of those boxes.
Well, but they're also used for businesses rent them out, don't they?
Look at Southwest University Park and how much money they've made on the suites and those areas. Same exact thing. And when you look at the Sun Bowl improvements and what they've built with their GECU Terrace and some of the other nice areas by the press box side, those get filled up. Those get bought because businesses want those.
Steve, I want maybe you to address this aspect of it, because a lot of people, we actually hadn't heard about the money issues. We've been the ones talking about that, but people are complaining more about the traffic that it's going to cause the construction. Now, I mean, Haskins reconstruction, that probably wouldn't impact too many people besides right there on Mesa, but something like this right above I-10, this type of construction right above downtown I-10 probably would be very disruptive.
I'm sure, especially for the Chihuahuas games and Locomotive and eating and going downtown and all that. We just finished the Plaza Classic Film Festival for an event like that. So, yeah, you're right.
But I
got a call here.
When Steve and I drove to the Double Eagle on Monday, what did you think of that traffic?
So here's the deal, okay?
I was just standing, or not standing, but just parked pretty much for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Let me say this. We've done that drive so many times. We exited Wrestler, took Wrestler to Trans Mountain and hit the freeway at Trans Mountain, so we bypassed all that.
Okay, I didn't know.
And on the way back, we got off at Vinton, took Vinton to Donovan, and took Donovan straight down. No.
You had to deal with all that daily.
Yeah.
Daily.
Yeah.
Weekdays anyway.
Well, I didn't know about the secret back roads.
Yeah. Well, that's because we drive it a lot. But what I'm saying is that, and had you gone with us, you would have done the same thing. But the point is that you have to, you either know the detours and you go to take that, or, like you said, you have to prepare yourself to sit in traffic for 15, 20 minutes.
I-10 past that crossroads exit is dead to me. Like I don't even plan on getting on. If I got to go to the Northeast, I'm just driving down Donovan all the way to Canutillo.
Sure. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. And and now that we're telling everybody this, I'm sure we'll see more traffic and more congestion on Donovan.
Have you ever been stuck on Mesa when they're bringing those parts for the gigantic windmills through?
Yes.
And how long it takes them to get through?
It'll sometimes take 30 to 45 minutes.
It'll take 30 to 45 minutes.
Yes.
And then the traffic's so backed up because of that. Why don't they go down a different road instead of taking it right down Mesa Street?
I don't know.
It's I-10.
And by the way, when we were driving to San Diego about 3-4 weeks ago, right, we went on Highway 8, so that's picking up at Casa Grande and going all the way up. Those windmills are there. Like there's an area right before you drive into the mountains, before you get into California, where there are just windmills everywhere you look.
Alberto's brother's a windmill man. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Where are the windmills in Texas?
I'm a windmill man. Windmills are my business and trade.
In where?
The Lubbock area.
Oh, Lubbock has those same windmills?
A windmill man? Like he dunks?
No, he doesn't do windmill dunks. He works on windmills.
Nice.
Yeah, they got them all over West Texas. Are you kidding?
They do? Okay, I just don't drive to the...
They got them all over Oklahoma. They got a ton of them.
So that's where they are.
California?
California's
California's got solar arrays, too.
I've seen the California...
Hey, good morning show. I just wanted to talk about that park that they want to build on I-10. What really they need to do is, so that way to deter the people from using I-10, is take down all those cameras on that Loop 375, those cameras that says toll road, and take down all those signs, so that way those people could start using that lane.
My God!
Just make it not a toll road anymore.
They've never charged a toll for it. They've got signs that say if you keep going, you're going to be on a toll road, but they don't have any of the apparatus in place. He's right, and it's been that way for like 5 or 6 years.
Are there actually people that aren't using it because they think
probably?
Okay.
I mean, there's probably people like, I don't want to pay a toll.
Wait, how long
there's
is
no
it
toll.
Free? For how long is it going to be free?
It's
forever. I guess.
Listen, here's my question to you. Okay, they've never charged. So why are we making a big deal about it?
Well, he thinks that people don't get on it because they think, and by the way, if you don't have a toll pass.
Yeah, I know.
And I know tolls because I'm from Oklahoma. And it's just lousy with turnpikes and tolls. It'll
It should be
zap
called
you,
Tulsa.
and instead of the $3 or $2.50 or whatever, you get a bill for $70. Anyway, people might think because of the signage says that you're about to go on a toll road. I think the caller's got a point.
That lane, that Loop 375, and stay away from that I-10. And I'm for the park. It's just I'm thinking more of noise pollution. If you're ever in that area, man, you could hear those cars really loud. All right. Yeah, guys, have a good day. Bye.
Now, those cars, that part of I-10 would effectively be a tunnel.
Yeah,
so I think that would probably cut down on some of the noise. Hey, when you were you didn't drive I-10 to San Diego. I-10 through Arizona and California is crap compared to I-10 in Texas.
Oh, you're saying you can't go 80?
No, it's bumpy as hell. They got potholes out in the middle of the interstate.
Which are we talking about now? 10?
I-10 through Arizona and most of California.
Oh, I didn't do that. I took 8.
Well, take my word for it.
I believe it.
I was like,
well, you want to hear something interesting, though?
I'm going to have to get my car checked to make sure it's not out of alignment after driving on these rough roads on an interstate.
So I hit Phoenix. I go to Phoenix quite often during the year. And I always feel like when you hit I-10 and you pick it up from, let's say, like right after Lordsburg, when it changes to Arizona to Phoenix, the road is great. Absolutely great. And then New Mexico is a little bumpy. So I'm hoping that all the weed sales will really force the improvement of the highways in New Mexico on 10. That would be great.
Cappy, do you want to stick around and we'll do an Olympic segment here? Because a lot of excitement. Simone Biles has definitely, had her redemption arc completed after yesterday. Did you watch any? Because I got into watching some women's rugby.
No, I didn't. Last night I was at the Chihuahuas game.
Before we break, there are some good app chat messages that are clarifying some things. Damon says, as someone who moves oversized loads, we have to follow a route that every state's Department of Transportation gives us.
Then I want to take it up with the state's Department of Transportation.
FedEx guy says, Cappy, quit telling detour secrets.
Yeah, he's right. I got to stop that.
Right, because if everybody knows about it.
Then it's going to ruin my little seat. It's a good point. I apologize, FedEx guy.
I get off at Anthony. Like, if I'm coming back from Las Cruces just to be on the safe side, I might even get off like that one past Anthony X at 0 just to avoid that nightmare.
Sometimes I forget how many people listen to this show, and the last thing I need is one day to get on my little side roads and go, oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
They're all doing it
They all
now.
listen to the morning show.
And finally, Brown Chicken Brown Cow says, El Paso should get a monorail. That's progressive.
Yeah, monorail.
Believe it or not, I have thought about one thing. Okay, now
Monorail.
I would like to eventually see a train take.
Whoa! This is a PG program.
I want to see a train take people from El Paso to Las Cruces. I do,
cool. Yeah.
and stop along the way in different places along the way.
How about just one from East Side, West Side?
Oh, we have 375 for that. We don't have to worry about that. 375 is terrific when it comes to
That's the one that people think is a toll road.
And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, it is a toll road for them. Let it stay that way and never change. So I'm okay with that. I love 375.
All right. Let's take a break.
Although there was a period of time where you had to dodge migrants. That was the only issue with 375 about 6-7 months ago.
Potholes, migrants. There's sometimes some things you got to deal with.
They don't have to dodge my car. I have to dodge them.
That's right.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back with more of the Buzz Adams Morning Show on the way right after this.
Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show, Glenn Garza and Daniel Paulus.
Receive up to 4 messages. Stop to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
I want you to hear what this fool is saying.
And now, the big mouth of the border.
This is a whole other level.
Whole other level of insane. The Buzz Adams Morning Show is back.
Olympics. Let's get a report from Paris, France.
Are you watching?
Yeah, I watched a lot yesterday.
Oh, cool. Where are you watching? On your TV, your satellite, your dish? Satellite TV, or like, are you going to the Peacock app?
Just whatever's on TV. Just NBC, whatever they're covering.
Let me say this.
I just take what they put on the network. I watch that. I'm not messing around. You upended my Peacock Apple cart somehow.
Well, because I had to choose which apps we're going to pay for each month.
Let me tell you this. My wife does not watch sports. Okay, I have to be in a different room to watch sports.
The Olympics?
She has had the Olympics on every night since the opening ceremonies.
Oh, bravo.
And she cannot get enough of the Olympics and is watching it pretty much nonstop at night, it blows me away.
Is she using the Peacock app?
Yes.
Or TV? Okay.
No, she's using the Peacock.
I don't have the Peacock app, and I don't have TV, so I can't channel surf.
Well, we've got a new feature coming up. It is a daily Olympic medal update.
Nice.
For the KLAQ audience
Oh, yeah.
specifically.
Oh, no.
We call
that's good.
The heavy medal count. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's clever.
Simone Biles yesterday, you remember she had this, we got to know the term the twisties in gymnastics 4 years ago in Tokyo.
I do.
She led Team USA to gold in women's gymnastics yesterday.
Now, there is more individual glory to be had, but this is all about the team. Golden again.
Team USA wins team finals at the Olympic Games.
All right.
Well, considering she has the foot injury, that's a gutsy effort for Simone.
Also, calf injury, I thought.
Yeah, well,
considering she's 27 years old, isn't that geriatric in gymnastic years?
I think she was like 15 when she started.
Yeah, it's a little long in the tooth, but I think she has a 15-year-old teammate.
I believe it.
Her family was there. Her husband, I guess they're married. She married an NFL football player.
Oh, right on.
So they were all
Jonathan Owens?
Wait,
doesn't he have?
Right.
Wait, isn't he a training camp right
Jonathan
now?
Owens.
They excused him
for
Really?
a few days.
Oh, wow.
So he got excused, something that Aaron Rodgers didn't feel like he had to go through.
That's true.
U.S. women's rugby wins its first ever medal. You said earlier, how long have they had women's rugby in the Olympics? It hasn't been all that long, right?
Was that me or Alberto?
Either one of you. Do you remember saying how long they've had? Maybe it was, you know what? Maybe it was in our heavy metal count. But here's the final call as U.S. women's rugby team won their first ever medal. They were playing for bronze after defeating Australia.
It is level at 12 apiece. The conversion will win the bronze medal for Team USA. Yes, Sammy, we got you. Calm down.
This is going to be the easier kick right down the middle.
There it is.
Oh,
there it is. Cedric with the conversion, and Team USA make history in Paris.
I could see myself watching.
Oh, my bad.
I can see myself watching rugby.
Well, first off, have you seen the U.S.'s phenom playing rugby?
Who's the phenom?
I can't remember her name, but she is essentially a battering ram. She's like 5'11", 200 pounds, throws stiff arms like she's playing in the NFL.
Yeah.
Looks like Aaron Jones throwing those stiff arms.
She looks like the little man on the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, seriously. But no, she was a TikTok. She's a TikTok star. And therefore, she's getting all of the attention because of what she's been able to do. So I have to remember her name because, yes.
And her name is Alona Mar.
There you go. Thank you. Alona Mar. That she is as tough as it gets. So
Is that
there's a
the
couple
one
of
that
videos.
Jason Kelsey arm wrestled?
Yes. There's a couple of videos of Alona Mar's stiff arms, and there's this girl from Japan that just takes one and just gets flung down like a rag doll.
She took a stiff arm.
She did. She took a stiff arm, and it was not. Alona's tough, man. She is. Yeah, you don't want to mess with her.
Are you guys surprised to see a lot of headlines about fencing?
No,
I've
it's
seen a
Olympic
few.
time.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
To me, this is when the Olympics. Fencing is when the Olympics shine.
Yeah. Do you ever see the Olympics for 4 years? Like you'll see some track and field, like some world championships.
Yeah, the world championships are on, right.
But you don't see fencing.
No, you don't.
I'm kind of happy to see so many headlines come out. But one yesterday, an Egyptian fencer, a female fencer, was eliminated in one of the rounds, and she revealed that she was 7 months pregnant.
Whoa. She actually competed while
she was pregnant.
7 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's impressive.
Here's the final call as men's USA soccer wins to advance to the quarterfinals for the first time in 24 years in a 3-1 win over Guinea. Isn't there a New Guinea? Maybe they just decided they're not new anymore.
This is old Guinea.
Her
This
name
is just Guinea.
Guinea Weasley. Okay, she's
So the
redheaded.
hosts win the group with 3 straight wins. At go New Zealand. On go the USA. The US men are on the march to Paris into the quarterfinals for the first time in 24 years.
The gymnastics, it's really amazing, like on the balance beam, the way people can flip over and just kind of grab a hold of the beam with their toes is a pretty phenomenal thing. The uneven bars. Now, here's one that is, it takes a lot of talent and skill and athleticism.
Oh, my God.
But the one where they do a dance to music and they do gymnastics, but they're also, it's more like Olympic Broadway, like somebody who was so good, they're too good for Broadway.
It's called the Olympic floor exercise.
The Olympic floor exercises, but you're doing it to a song.
Right.
And there's something about when the competition has to have music that it kind of blurs the line between sports and entertainment.
But wouldn't you agree that if that was done without music, if it was just done with nothing, it would not have the same effect. You need the music.
Absolutely.
But it's like a big Broadway, showstopper.
But it's even more impressive that they have practiced their routine to time their moves to the sounds of the music.
It's true. Yeah, I get that. I'm just saying, can you imagine if, say, the first time they came up with boxing, they said, all right, so you punch each other, but you got to do it at the right time to the music.
Well, but do they rehearse boxing and all the moves and punches beforehand? No.
That's exactly, because if you think about it, the Olympic floor exercises are choreographed to the music.
You know what are choreographed? Dances are choreographed.
Yeah, but imagine without the music.
Sports like pro wrestling are choreographed.
Without the music, it actually might make it harder for them to do the floor exercises and keep the rhythm or beats to their movements.
I'm not hating on it. I definitely appreciate the athleticism.
Do you?
I'm just saying, yeah, it just seems more like
so. Do you?
Somebody who was too good for Broadway. It's like you can't be in the chorus line. Look at you doing all. So you're an Olympic person who does basically a Broadway.
You think those somersaults and backflips
but those are only part of it, because then there are other times when they're just basically doing these fancy Broadway moves.
Turns.
Just like they're dancing. Here you go. This is for the rock and roll audience. This is a rock station after all. And here's the latest count we had of about 8 a.m. Eastern time yesterday.
Welcome to the 2024 Paris Summer Games.
Heavy metal count. Japan, 7 gold medals. China, 6 gold medals. Australia, 6 gold medals. USA, 4 gold medals.
Oh, real quick. I told you there needs to be a scoring system. So here's what I got in mind. Anytime Team USA or any team gets bronze, 1 point for the team.
Okay.
All of the athletes for the country.
Yes.
Silver medal's worth 2. A gold medal's worth 5.
Oh, how interesting. I thought you were going to give me the 3-2-1 approach.
No.
And be like, that was the most original
1
thought
for a
I've
bronze.
ever heard.
Oh, man.
2 for a silver, but 5 for a gold.
You are really pissing people off
Why?
when you keep saying that.
How come?
Because I'm getting messages. Because people are saying that you're really dismissing people who are winning other medals.
Silver and
So,
it still
hold on. Hey, Nico, Buzz is driving me crazy about this bronze medal talk. It's as if he thinks that athletes are striving for second or third. That's not the case. Everyone's mind is set on geared towards getting gold.
Dude,
please help him understand this.
That Superman gymnast, the guy with the glasses, he was thrilled to get bronze.
Yeah.
Beyond thrilled. He was ecstatic.
What did you say yesterday, that you wouldn't even bend down to pick up a bronze medal if you saw it on the street?
Obviously,
so you're gold or bust is what you are.
No, I'm just saying that nobody says it's time to go for the bronze and that the gold, winning the gold.
But you're saying that a country with 5 gold medals should somehow outweigh a country with 30 silver and bronze medals.
That would be 25. So they would not beat a team with 30 bronze. Check your math.
A team with 25 bronze and silver medals. You're saying that somehow a team with 5 gold medals is better than a team with 25 medals.
They're trying to win the gold, man. Yeah. I mean, definitely we could negotiate, but wouldn't it be nice if they had some kind of scoring system? That's all I'm saying.
Bit of a sports fan. My favorite sporting event to watch, the Olympics. It's hard to tell how good the athletes are anymore because, frankly, they're all good. You know, you 10 guys run a sprint and one guy wins. We know he's fast. One guy loses and we go, oh, that guy's slow. Should have worked out harder. I know, that's, kind of a funny thing to say from your sofa. That's why I think every sport in the Olympics needs what I call a perspective athlete. Right, in track, you'd have a pink lane going around the track. Right before the race, you just grab some random yahoo from the audience. Come on down here, sir. You're going to run in the pink lane today, representing the rest of humanity. That way the viewers at home can see how fast these other freaks of nature really are. Gymnastics would be hilarious. Some pink guy on those rings, just shut up.
I'm Daniel Paulus, and whether you're wrapping up your workday...
Online gate passes now are gate open 24/7. Valid government-issued ID required. For more info, visit freedomcrossing@fortbliss.com.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
All right, we got about 10 minutes or so. What would you like to do in that time, Nico?
We can go through some neckline calls. I've got a couple about floor exercises and music.
I saw that call, and I think what they're saying is interesting. Can you play that one?
Well, let me play one before that.
The floor exercises are the ones where it's like, they're doing flips and tumbles and stuff, but they're also dancing.
Your
to the
argument
music.
was that any sport with music in it doesn't come off as a sport to you.
I mean, there can be music incidental to it, you know.
Plus, cheerleading competition is done to music and it's choreographed, and it's still a competition.
Yeah, cheerleading's not a sport.
Oh, dude. I mean,
I'm sorry. I mean, it's you're cheering for the people who are playing the sport.
Have you seen the cheer where they flip and they're going in the air? And
is it in the Olympics?
Maybe next year it would be. Breakdancing's in it this year. That has music. I mean,
I'm not sold on the whole breakdancing thing for that matter.
I can't believe you look at a cheerleading squad that is flipping up and down and doing things, and you don't think to yourself, well, that's pretty athletic.
It's not what I'm there to see.
Oh, my God.
I mean, let's be honest.
Okay, well, not everybody is.
One of these days, come back to me when it's like people pay to get in to see the cheerleaders, and in between the cheerleaders, they have a football game.
Oh, wow. Wow. You sound awful.
Why?
You sound like somebody that's very dismissive.
Wait, are you saying that cheerleaders consider themselves to be the athletes that people are there to see?
I believe they consider them to be athletes. Nobody said that they were more important than football players. You said that.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just saying.
You're dismissing them completely as athletic. I'm saying, no, cheerleading is still a very athletic thing.
Play the one that said there's a difference between the women's floor exercises and the men's floor exercises.
Yeah.
Do you have that one?
And also have floor exercises.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, dude. Whatever.
That one's underwater.
That one's underwater.
All right, I'll just read it. He says...
Isn't that funny that sometimes you can read what's on the neckline? It makes no sense. And then sometimes the calls that you can't understand,
you can read
them. It's weird.
He says that there are floor exercises for the men's gymnastics competition, and there is no music when the men are doing it. So it's really strange that women do it with music.
I think it would look really weird. I guess they'd think it would look weird for a male gymnast to be out there,
yeah, it kind of would,
dancing along to to the music.
Okay, I get that point. Yeah.
All right. I'm not trying to be awful. I'm just giving
when you said about cheerleading, you're like, well, F them.
That's not what I said.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
Right, go on.
So, so do you consider cheerleaders athletic?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. I guess. A lot of them, they don't weigh much. That's their skill. Like the one who gets tossed up in the air, it's like, hey, we need an 87-pound freshman.
Yeah. They're called flyers.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Do you pump me down after every time?
Possibly. Just to be safe.
We should change Buzz's name to Ricky Bobby, because according to him, if you ain't first, you last.
Okay, so I said if there was a scoring system, we could definitely talk about how many. And I thought off the air, Alberto, and I was shocked by this, brought up an actual good point. He said it should a gold medal in badminton shouldn't be the same as a gold medal in
100-meter race,
decathlon, 100-meter basketball.
You both think that, but I'm sure the badminton players would disagree with you.
I think they've seen video of what they're doing. They know that it's like a backyard activity.
You're being so dismissive.
It's badminton.
There needs to be a grading system.
Right.
They're not all on the same level. To think that all sports are on the same level.
To think that
the more pure the sport is, the more your medals count. But I thought,
think of you armchair critics over here who are the probably least athletic people in the world saying, "Oh, badminton people, they're not a sport."
By the way, it's badminton. There is an N in there, sir.
Shut your shuttlecock. Every athlete in every sport is trying to be the best in that sport that they can, and I bet they think it's very hard to do whatever it is that they're doing.
Sure. Forrest Gump went to China to play ping pong. Did you see how good he was? Do you want to hear from Cucker, or you don't feel like it today?
Are you going to be doing that call? The one
I played a little bit of.
Hold on. Let me play this other one.
Okay. All right.
The only sport that Buzz likes is the one that where a fat ex-president can play and still beat him, and that's considered a sport. Where an 80-year-old fat ex-president Trump can play and beat him is a sport. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense.
I've never considered golf to be a sport. It's more of a pastime.
You haven't?
No. I've always said it's a game, for sure.
It's a hard game, for sure.
Oh,
I mean, the people who are experts
spend their
at it.
lifetime trying to break 100.
People who are on the PGA Tour are experts at what they do.
Oh, like magicians. Absolutely. Do I consider it a sport? You can drink beer in it and smoke a cigar while you're doing it.
You wouldn't say you're an athlete right now.
I am naturally I'm gifted with athleticism. I'm not. Listen, there's a difference. I'm not in peak physical condition, but
I'm an athlete.
But I have those natural athletic, like a great peripheral vision, an innate sense of balance.
Hand-eye coordination.
Hand-eye coordination is a big one. Like all of that, I was blessed with.
You're very blessed.
Absolutely,
very blessed.
Well endowed by my creator. Any others?
No, that's it.
I'm going to tell you about some free concerts we got coming up. This is the last night tonight for the State Line Patio Concert Series. I think I'm going to go out and see the Dusty Low Boys.
They're probably some of my favorite musicians and people.
And I see them, quite frequently, and I missed them at Cool Canyon Nights this summer. I'm going to go check them out. It's Dusty Low performing at the State Line. It's a free concert. This is the last one of the summer, however. Glenn is going to be hosting. I'll be off there waiting in the wings, but come out early, get some barbecue, and say hi if you see me out there, if you see Glenn out there. I won't speak for Glenn, but I'm more than happy to say hi and talk to people. Tonight, it is Dusty Low, final night for the free concert at the State Line. It's been a great season. Tomorrow is the final night of Cool Canyon Nights, and it features Funky Mungle, El Paso's favorite party band. They are featured. We kind of saved them for the last because they really bring the party vibe. This week's Cool Canyon Nights is brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Mm-hmm. Chill out this summer with Raising Cane's Iced Tea. The official iced tea of iced tea. You see, I'm trying to draw the distinction because if you just read the copy fast, it makes those brought to you by Iced Tea, the official Iced Tea of Iced Tea. No, they got Iced Tea.
I like how you did that.
Who had a song called Cop Killer at one point. And he's on the sign at the drive-through through Cane's. No matter how edgy or dangerous your musical hero is, eventually you're going to hear their song on like a tampon commercial or Wegovy or something. I swear to God, they're going to use a Marilyn Manson song eventually for Zaxby's.
Yeah.
Zaxby's. Beautiful people.
I love the emphasis
on iced tea. It's about Funky Mungle, though, and it's about the final night at McKellican Canyon Amphitheater. We have been fortunate. We haven't had rain out so far. We got a little bit of rain. We're going to put it out about a 20% chance of some rain in the afternoon, evening, but for the I think we're going to be clear for the final night of Cool Canyon Nights. Presented by Westar. So come out and enjoy us. Enjoy Funky Mungle. Hopefully we'll see you there tonight. We got a minute left. Does anybody else have anything you want to say in the minute that we have left?
Clary in our app chat says, I was never a cheerleader, but those who are worked out and trained for hours daily.
Sure. Yeah,
Thousands of people have enjoyed watching the cheerleading competitions by traveling to Florida for the Nationals. So much so that they used to be aired on TV, and they're now live streamed.
Yeah, cornhole's aired on TV now, too, and I'm just counting down the days until it's an Olympic event.
I'd pay to see Buzz train for a week.
Really? How much would you pay?
How much would you pay to see Buzz get lifted up?
Believe me, I'm not the top guy on any pyramid in cheerleading.
You're a base.
What if there was a cheerleading squad made up of exclusively dudes who go at least 230, 240? Yeah, and it's like whatever, like our pathetic herky that gets like 2 inches off the ground,
like the Fat Men Can cheerleading squad.
Yeah, I'd participate in that.
I'd watch that for sure.
I mean, they wouldn't have us out at anything because we'd be making a mockery out of the very serious sport of cheerleading.
The injuries alone.
All right, have a great one, everybody.
Woo, Wednesday.
Big Thursday show coming up tomorrow. We'll talk to you then. See you out at State Line for the final night. Tomorrow is Cool Canyon Nights at McCulligan Canyon Amphitheater. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow. So long.
Hey, it's Daniel Paulus. I'll be along starting at 3 with everything from Led Zeppelin to Soundgarden to Volbeat. Everything you'll need to make a rockin' afternoon. El Paso's best rock, 95.5 KLAQ.
Show is done.
Are we done here?
We are done here.
I'd like to discuss this further, but I gotta go.
It's been real, and it's been fun, and it's been real fun.
Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
The morning show will be back tomorrow at 6 a.m.